Dude, happy erection night, everybody. I'm already over all this crap. Holy God in heaven, this is insanity right now. Hopefully you guys are all doing well. Let's skip the intro. I don't have time for that BS tonight. So, Natsuno, good to see you there, buddy. Burner, let's see, Natsuno says, man, I just need 3 more games, the physical game, and I'd just be happy with my PS4 forever. Dude, there is something wonderful about being happy with what you have. Especially when it comes to, like, you know, old school games on disc. You gotta love that, man. I wish that so many of the games that I bought on Steam, that I bought on digital, were available on disc. Unfortunately for me, I fall prey to having the ease of being able to buy things on digital, and it just is what it is, man, you know? Call it laziness, call it complacency, call it just being conditioned, dude. I mean, that's just the way it works. Hey, truth, it is erection night. Oh my God, I am watching these numbers flip, and it is just insane. Yo, Natsuno, I bought Ghosts of Tsushima Director's Cut earlier today on Instant Gaming, and I also picked up, I pre-ordered Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 because it was announced today that there is no de novo DRM in the game. The developer came out on a stream and said, we are not using de novo. So the previous reports we had heard about de novo, not a thing, not happening. Anyways, guys, what's up? I am so happy to be here, so happy to see you guys. I am on Margarita number 2, or should I say Margarita tonight? MAGA, however you say it. I got the black MAGA hat. We got the fight t-shirt. Good old t-shirt from lotuseaters.com. They are live streaming right now, I think, in fact, from like midnight to 8 a.m. their time. So kudos to those Brits over there. But it's physical. Hey, nothing wrong with that, dude. Physical is awesome. I mean, like I said, I wish I could just get all my games on physical, man. Yes, the problem being a PC gamer is just that ease of being able to like buy a game right there and then having it on digital. But again, I know none of us own our games on digital. I'm aware that it's kind of a losing battle. Anyways, guys, I don't know if you've been keeping up to date with this stuff, but this is unreal. We're going to get into all this stuff in just a minute. Make sure, though, if you need a PC, check out Meta PCs. I've got a link and a coupon code down below. They have been with me from the beginning of this channel. Met the owners in Arizona back in March, right around the same time Gamergate 2 kicked off. And these guys, they got me hooked up right away as a partner with them, or affiliate, I should say. And Zach and the rest of the team, they are fantastic. If you need a PC and you are trying to budget, they do have some budget builds. They do custom builds. They do financing. Fantastic dudes. They have got everything to hook you up, laptops, PCs, all that good stuff, even micro PCs, like the little minis. Also, Instant Gaming is a continued sponsor of the channel, so make sure you go check them out. I've got a link down below as well. Like I said, I just pre-ordered Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 from them, as well as picked up Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut for like $48, so it was a massive discount. So go check them out, and again, make sure you sign up for the giveaway down below as well. Where the F am I seeing Trumpet 247? Okay, so this website is DecisionDeskHQ.com, and I guess that this is the one that a lot of these places use, all right? And I can even bring that up on here in a second. Let me get to... what do we got going on Fox News? We have got too early to call in Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Arizona, Georgia, Nevada. That is some BS right there. I'm going to tell you this right now. Based on what I'm seeing, Georgia is a lock. Pennsylvania is as good as a lock, okay? Sorry, we're buffering apparently. I don't know what's going on. Might have to refresh this and come back to it. Maybe they're getting too many people watching the stream or something. I don't know. All right, so let me pull this up over here. This is a fantastic site. In fact, I don't want to mess up my display because I did like 3 display captures just to make this all work. But let me go ahead and bring up Decision Desk HQ. No, not Decide. Decision. Oh my God, the margarita's kicking in. Oh my God. Here we go. All right. Decision Desk HQ has the presidential election results so far as we see them. They are purposely not reporting Arizona, Burner. You are 100% correct. And I've been saying this. I said this yesterday. I said this 2 days ago. I know Razorfist has been going on about Arizona being a complete shit show. They are intentionally screwing with Arizona. However, what's fantastic about it is I don't think we need Arizona. If we have Wisconsin, if we have Michigan, which is going heavily for Trump now, 53% in, we might not even need Arizona. If we get Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Michigan, then Arizona, screw them. We don't need them. Or we take Nevada as well, and that just pads it even further. Hey, you. You want a margarita? I got a second one. It's gonna be a long night.
Recording live.
Yeah.
I think it was on ballot.
Yeah.
To get more numbers. All of a sudden, these 2 big box trucks drive up.
I'm so sick and tired of seeing box trucks showing up with ballots. I am so over it. Yeah. They're not reporting Georgia or Pennsylvania either. Well, again, if you go to decisiondeskhq.com and you look at the way that things are trending, president here, results by state. No, we just want the entire results. If you look at the way that things are being reported right here, 84% in, and Trump has let's say 150,000, 160,000, we'll round it off. He's got a 160,000 vote lead in Pennsylvania, okay? Arizona is the one that I'm really pissed about because I saw earlier that freaking Arizona, right around 54% of the vote being in, is not, this website, nothing's updating, okay? Not a damn thing is updating. So right now there's about a 10,000 vote difference between Trump and Kamala in Arizona, and it hasn't changed for like an hour and a half on this site. It is unreal. But what I find fascinating, guys, what I find absolutely amazing is despite all this, look at the freaking popular vote of this, okay? Trump is still leading in the popular vote, despite the fact that, again, oh my God, am I messing with everything? Oh, I'm messing with everything. Let's not do that. I can't zoom in. Sorry, it's going to screw up all the other shit I got going on here. Well, again, the Associated Press is only going to report what they are told to report. They're only going to report what they think is necessary to report. Why did Trump just get one more point? Was that Utah? I think they gave Utah to Trump just now. He got one more electoral vote. But yeah. Hey, actually, the vote is starting to come in Arizona. Okay, so now we got 919 to 908. 55% still in, but it looks like they are beginning to report Arizona. Let me see what Fox News is saying. I don't know if Fox News is going to claim this shit or what. I've never streamed with Fox News before. Hopefully, it's not an issue, but we'll see. Can I pause my music? That'd be great. Please pause. I'm asking nicely. Did it actually pause? It didn't pause. All right, let's go ahead and unmute Fox News and see what these jokers are saying. Okay, where's the mute button, everybody? Fox News. How do I... there was a problem connecting to the video stream. No, it's not. We're right here.
Nazi,
here we go.
Madison Square Garden, a Puerto Rican comedian that they said was going to move the Puerto Rican vote around the country. This is a major realignment.
Dude, the dark MAGA hat, I waited a freaking like 3-week time period for this hat to come in. My father-in-law just picked up his. I got it for him for his birthday. He picked it up today. It came in yesterday morning, so it got here just in the nick of time. The reason I freaking shaved is because I was going to be Elon Musk for Halloween, and then we didn't do anything for Halloween. So it is what it is. The beard will grow back. I'm already getting the stubble. I'm already getting the remnants of a beard. 3 weeks from now, we'll be back to normal. But I appreciate it, Jackrabbit. Thank you for the compliment. On a scale of 1 to NS, how reliable is this website you're looking at? Fairly reliable. Decision Desk HQ. There's also 270 to win, but 270 to win is a nightmare when it comes to, it's bogging down my Chrome browser. It's making it like a shit show over here. So as far as I can tell, Decision Desk HQ, it's what my father-in-law watches. He doesn't watch mainstream. He typically goes like, you know, Newsmax and stuff. This is the one that he's watching. So I should wear it around my city. So, Natsuno, here's the thing. In my city, I'd be safe. I might get some dirty looks. I live in a very safe town. Small town, but a fairly decent-sized population. I live in a purple city. I live in a purple county, We are like 50-50 Republican, Democrat. Not too much crime, not too much, danger here in my hometown. However, if I went to where, like, let's say where I work in a different city, I would not feel safe wearing my MAGA hat. Not even kidding. Makini Draws, how is it going? I saw you in the that gameplay stream earlier today, dude. And how are you? Yeah, so the website that I'm looking at, like I said, I've got it brought up over here as well. It is showing that we have got 85% of the vote in Pennsylvania, with about a going on 160,000 vote difference between Trump and Kamala. They called, here's the thing, it must be a county situation, because they called Maine for Kamala like an hour and a half ago. But currently it's going Trump, but this could be a situation where the counties that are going to be coming in are heavily Democrat counties. I don't know. What I am absolutely floored by is he is taking Michigan after it had actually gone blue, and then it's flipped back to Trump again. But again, it remains to be seen which counties are going to come in. Pantera, how's it going? You should go very lefty areas and see how people view you. Okay, Natsuno, I am armed everywhere I go. However, I don't want to have to use my handgun, okay? I'm not armed because I want to be. Dude, okay, so this website also has the presidential win chance all the way up to 91% for Trump. I feel like this is kind of risky. I don't know. Mari, how's it going? God, we got everybody here. If I start to slur, guys, it's only because I'm on my second margarita and I don't drink. So 2 margaritas and I'm going to be sleeping in tomorrow, going to work with a little bit of a headache. But it's worth it. God only knows how long this is going to go. Let's check in with Fox News and see what they are saying.
Reach out to Republicans in the Senate, and we'll see what happens with the House.
Sick
But
beast,
again,
or is
we
it
haven't
Bast?
declared anything.
You are correct about that.
Caveat, but Bill Hemmer, we're waiting on Georgia.
Yep.
Right?
Waiting on a lot of things.
And we're waiting on Pennsylvania, we're waiting on Wisconsin, we're waiting on Michigan. But
It's 9:30 a.m. All right, Mari, we'll get some sleep, and hopefully you don't wake up to anything crazy, awful happening. We'll see. No shenanigans. Fingers crossed here, okay? Hey, Mahendra in the chat. Fiery fire. I hope they don't pull some midnight phantom votes. We'll win and is safe too. Yeah, honestly, my biggest concern is that, if we don't stay on this, if we don't watch what happens in Arizona, because again, there is the votes are now starting to trickle in Arizona after like an hour of nothing happening. So I am just hoping that whatever we see happen in Arizona doesn't, again, like Mari's saying, too massive to rig. But Mari, the thing is, he's got the popular vote right now, which never happens for a Republican candidate. So we'll see. Who knows? Too big to rig. Too early to tell. I have got the margarita. I have the margarita. Second margarita.
The lighter the shade or the gray, that means the county is checked in already. So you see down here in
So,
Milwaukee, I mean,
hang on, let me lower the volume. I've got a brother in Wisconsin, and he's a Trump guy. I've got 3 brothers, 1 who I don't talk to, and 2 who are definitely polar opposite ends of the political spectrum. Although my military brother, he's more of like a 2000s conservative. He probably still thinks that Bush is a great guy, but he hates Trump. So I don't even know if he voted this time around. But then my brother in Wisconsin, the cop, he's like, I'm pretty sure he's like all in on Trump, right? So Wisconsin has been a blue state for whatever reason up until now. And I'm going to die if my state of Washington stays hard blue, because right now we're sitting at 64% of the vote in, 1.5 million for Kamala, 1 million for Trump. And yet my brother's state is going to flip. He's got 120,000 vote lead right now in Wisconsin with 81% in. I feel like Wisconsin is in the freaking bag at this point. Absolutely bonkers.
you get a lot of Republican votes up in here. Sorry, excuse me, Mojave. My bad on that. But Maricopa is the big one. 60% of the vote statewide is here in Maricopa. She has a slim lead here, 2.2.
Did he just say 60% of the vote is Maricopa or 16? I was in Arizona, and yeah, it's not that densely populated, but holy crap, if 60% of the vote is Maricopa County, that would explain why Maricopa is so freaking valuable when it comes to, like, again, presidential elections. Holy crap.
Wisconsin and Philadelphia as well State of Pennsylvania are still outstanding as of now.
They always have touch screens.
Well, a lot more to dig into, a lot more calls to make from the data that's coming in. The biggest prize, obviously, that blue wall. Our coverage continues next.
You know, Fire, I 100%, I get that. I 100% can sympathize with that because, again, a lot of us have complained for years about our country getting in the middle of stuff that it doesn't have any business being involved in, playing the world police, unfortunately, and just in general, interjecting ourselves where we're not needed or wanted. And so it is fascinating to see that the rest of the world is like really pulling for Trump. It's crazy when, you have the media gaslighting you, telling you, oh yeah, the world stage thinks that Trump is just a joke. They think he was just like this mad lunatic and nobody trusts Trump. It's like, no, the rest of the world is pulling for this man. Our country is pretty well split down the middle. I'm looking at right now, the popular vote says 60 million, almost 61 million for Trump, 57 million for Kamala. So it's a pretty dead split down the middle with, a lot of the votes still to count. But it's just crazy that the rest of the world sees how important this election is. How many joint party in the American? Do you mean like third party? We really, there's just like libertarians and Green Party. Libertarian is like social left, but politically right, and Green Party is like socially and politically left. If that's what you mean, Mahendra. Mari, no, there's like 14 states, and I'm pretty sure I live in one of them because I'm in a mail-in ballot state. So fun story about Washington, guys. A lot of people on Twitter are like, oh, Washington's not mail-in only. You're lying. Okay. My county in Washington has like 1 million people in it. Okay. Like 1 million people. So let's say half of those are eligible voting adults. There's one physical polling location in my entire county. Everything else is mail-in drop-off locations. So when I say that mail-in voting in my state is the only way to vote, I'm not kidding. Yes, I could make a special request to make an appointment or, like an exception to go vote in person, but it is the exception to the rule, and it is difficult in my state. Hawaii does count. Most that say Trump want the memes. I mean, maybe that's true, Ezio. I know a lot of people, like our Discord server's got a guy from Germany, a guy from Ukraine, a gal from Japan, a guy from India. It's like they're all pulling for Trump, so I don't know. Geopolitics depend on Trump? Maybe. Again, a lot of the interaction that the U.S. has with the rest of the world has not been great the last couple of years. Hell, there's leaders that we are not in good situations with, like North Korea, with Kim Jong-un, who won't even take Biden's freaking phone call at this point. So, but yeah, I think Hawaii counts, Guam counts, Alaska counts, although it doesn't have like any electoral votes because Alaska has like no population whatsoever. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Still on commercials here. It is so funny too with the mainstream media, Fox, CNN, all these places, what they have as far as like when they call a state versus like when the actual like websites that have the vote numbers call the state. Because right now, you could probably call Pennsylvania for Trump. Sure, there's still a few counties that are, counting votes, but it's pretty much in the bag. When you look at this, he's got an almost 200,000 vote lead in Pennsylvania. Michigan, he's expanded his lead to about 130,000. And then Wisconsin, he's ahead by 104,000. And again, both Michigan and Wisconsin. Okay, so Wisconsin, he's got 82% in. Pennsylvania's 85% in. You could probably call those. Have I done voting? I mean, I voted, but I voted mail-in ballot because voting in person here is so, it just doesn't happen. And most Indians, I know, are rooting for Trump. If Trump was getting elected in India, he'd get 70% minimum. Shouldn't bought Greenland. We should have had to communicate with Russia. Hang on. Russian air traffic control around North Pole. Oh, Super Citizen, I 100%. I'm waiting for them to do the thing. I don't know how late I'm staying up tonight. I mean, I technically have to work tomorrow, but I work for myself, so I could just go back in late, The thing is that America doesn't do this shit goes on fire, with me or against me. America is a very strange place. And I say that as an American. It's a very weird dichotomy. It's a very weird situation being an American in the position we're in on the global stage. Mari, I feel that orange man, you know?
Oh, absolutely. There's an excitement here. And we've been talking to folks on the ground. The fact that Georgia will most likely...
Yeah, my buddy in Texas just texted me. He's like, looking good for the dawn. I'm like, yeah, fingers crossed on that one.
We worked hard for this. Enjoy the fact that we're bringing safety back to America. They're very happy that their candidate is probably going to take home.
Greenland is the coldest place on Earth. I know. Greenland is one of those places that I would never want to go. Ever. I can't imagine a situation where I go to Greenland.
Time to make their decision, and ultimately it came out to Trump for them. So a very dedicated voting base here. And in this room, we're at the GOP watch party. Obviously, we're quite excited.
I pay a certain amount of attention to geopolitics as much as I can.
Last 45 minutes or so. So we'll see where that stands.
We'll get a look at that and see where that's going. But what about Tennessee, which we called a really long time ago? I know everyone's wondering what is happening in Tennessee, but Pete Hegseth can answer that question for us because he...
Nothing should be happening in Tennessee. He's got a double lead, like 2 million to 1.
With 0% of precincts reporting, yes, which I very much appreciate. And so did the crowd here. My kind of state.
I hate how much of this is just filler. Like, a lot of times they go to these states that have already been decided. Tennessee has got 95%, more than 95% of the vote in. Trump won 2 million to 1. There's no reason to even go to Tennessee. Yes, we picked up 2 seats in the Senate, Burner. That is fantastic. Really hope he wins, and it seems highly probable. Dude, it's not over till it's over. I feel good right now. I am not 100% confident that nothing happens as far as shenanigans go. Don't forget to check it on CNN to see them coping and seething. All right, I'll have to try to think about that. Yes, get lost. That is the dark MAGA hats. And don't ask me how much I spent on it. It was ridiculous. It's the only time in my life I have ever donated to a political campaign. 38 years old. Not the first time I voted, but it is the first time I've ever purchased a single political anything of any kind. It'll probably be the last time too. I don't see myself ever doing it again. Dems rejecting didn't happen. They wouldn't touch Ukraine otherwise. Yeah, Mahendra, we do exit polls, but they are highly unreliable given the fact that a lot of times conservatives, right-wingers don't tend to talk to pollsters as much. In my entire life, I have never once been polled anywhere, anytime, at any point.
Exactly. Say hi to everybody from us down there.
Cotton 4K streamer tells his viewer to get lost. Hey, whatever I say, man, I have an excuse. I don't drink alcohol and I'm having a margarita. So if I say something that I'm going to regret tomorrow, I have an easy way out.
All right, a few things. We haven't really talked about...
The suspense is going to relegate you to the past tense. You know, Super Citizen, I am right there with you. I am watching this map that I've got brought up that you can see, you know, on the screen here. And then, of course, just trying to keep up with what the numbers are looking like, how much the vote is in, what shenanigans they're going to pull. Arizona is stressing me out, but if we swing Michigan, Arizona can go screw itself. And I say that as affectionately as possible. I really enjoyed Arizona. I loved it when I was there. Razorfist's a cool dude. Grand Canyon's beautiful. But if we win Michigan, Arizona can go screw itself.
White Catholics. Really interesting. He is at 61% of the vote with white Catholics.
So let me mute this real quick. Ezio, here's the thing about American politics and news media. So you see this little map I have here. This little map, and I'll go back to the big screen here. This map here has Trump winning Georgia because of the fact that there is more than 95% of the vote in, and he's got a 120,000 vote lead in Georgia. So statistically, yes, there's not really any way that he can win, or that she can win. However, Fox News and every other news organization doing what they do, they are going to say, oh, we haven't called it yet because we just don't want to be wrong about it. So just because a news organization calls a state for a certain candidate doesn't mean shit, okay? We see this time and time again where Arizona was called for Biden back in 2020, despite all the shenanigans that were going on behind the scenes. Fox News, within 5 minutes of the state closing, was basically like, oh, we're going to call this for Arizona. And everyone's sitting around like, why are you calling it for Arizona? What's up, Tucker Butt? Come here. Psst, psst. Come here, kitty. You're looking for your sister? I don't know where your sister is. I have no idea where your sister is. That's basically it, you know. That's just kind of the situation we have here. It's just the fact that certain news organizations are going to call things at different points based on their own perspective on how things are going to go, because they feel like it's going to go a certain way. That's it. Exit polls are useless in your country. Exit polls are pretty much useless pretty much everywhere. Detroit has people bringing in ballots 30 minutes ago. You know, Bush, I do not doubt it. But what I'm looking at is I am just hoping, like Mari's been saying, like I've been saying for a while, I'm just hoping that it is just too big to rig. You know? Conservatives are good, and good people must be more united than bad people. Bad organization members vote in the organized manner and always vote. You know, the thing is, Mari, that it's just the fact that there is always been such a massive amount of control by one party in this country that has just had like a stranglehold on the institutions to where they can just basically, I don't want to say manipulate, but it's really what it comes down to is that there is a certain ability to, again, work your magic behind the scenes and spin things a certain way. Yeah, so Mahendra, we will, technically it's whenever they call the race, all right? That's whenever they call the race. However, the new president is not sworn in until January, well, last time it was January 6th, you know? Yeah, fiery fire, I mean, I'm hoping we know within the next 15 hours. I'm hoping that before I go to sleep tonight, sometime in the next few hours, we actually know. Raffensperger and Georgia slow rolling the call like last time. Dude, I hate these people, David. I hate these people that are just going to try to drag this out as much as possible. Family Farm, problem with Arizona is they're getting a lot of people from Cali moving there. You know, I was telling my kids that too because I was talking to them about California. My kids were watching the initial reporting coming in that, you know, California or Washington and Oregon looked like they were going for Trump at one point. I'm like, guys, no. They haven't counted the big counties yet. They haven't counted the big cities yet. You have to wait for those big chunks of blue areas to come in. These states are not going for Trump. Washington and Oregon are not red states. It's just the way it is. But my kids, again, they don't have any experience with this. So I'm just trying to explain this to them. And so, of course, you know, they get excited about it, and then all of a sudden it flips. Fiery Fire, no, they are not trustworthy. The only reason I'm using them instead of CNN is because the people are better to look at. Quite honestly, the only reason I'm using Fox is because Brett Baer and, like, again, a few of the anchors are a little bit more pleasant to listen to and to look at if you have to look at them. I hate the anchors that are on CNN. So that's it. No, they are not trustworthy at all. That's why I'm using this website, Decision Desk HQ, just to look at these numbers for myself as they're coming in, because I do not trust these guys to save my life, not one bit. Well, okay, so Ezio, you do need voter ID to vote in some places. Okay, for example, my state, like I explained, is a mail-in ballot primarily state. It's not mail-in ballot only, but they make it incredibly difficult to vote in person. It's complete bullshit, right? So what happens is in states like mine, I didn't have to show my ID anywhere to vote. I didn't have to get a voter ID. I'm registered to vote. I think you do that when you renew your driver's license, in fact. And once you're on the roll call, essentially, they mail you your ballot every time there's any sort of thing you have to vote on. A local thing, an initiative, local elections every 2 years, those kind of things, right? So in my state, you don't have to go anywhere and prove who you are. All you do is fill out your ballot, put it in the envelope, sign it, and drop it in a box by a library or a church or some shit. You don't even have to physically go anywhere to vote. It's complete garbage. I hate it. I wish that I actually that I had to go somewhere to vote, right? And so, unfortunately, there's about 14 states, mine included, where you do not have to show ID or have voter ID to vote. So, while those states are rife for shenanigans, it's not every single state. There are a lot of states that have very good voter laws. I mean, I think like even California, I think, has better voter laws than Washington, or at least better voter identification. Maybe I'm wrong about that. The people are trash. You need to move. You know, get lost. I feel the same way about Washington, but here's the thing about Washington. I'm sure you have the same thing in Massachusetts. The weather here sucks. but the summers are beautiful. The scenery is amazing, and I live in a pretty safe place. So all those things considered, I'm like, you know, I'm pretty happy where I am despite all the weirdo freaks. All right, so we are still sitting on Wisconsin having 100,000 more votes for Trump than Kamala with 84% in. Yeah, Michigan's going to be rough. Michigan's going to be interesting because if we don't take Arizona, and Arizona has not had another update again in the last 20 minutes, it's still 923,000 to 910,000 with 55% in. That is not moving. Nothing is changing. Isn't it possible there's scams on voting? 100%. Mahendra, this is okay. When you hear things about like ballot stuffing or ballot harvesting, it's in places like Washington where you don't physically have to go and vote. And so people will go and collect a whole bunch of votes, whole bunch of ballots. They'll pay people 20, 30, 50 bucks for the ballots. And then they'll just fill it out themselves and they'll put it in the mail. Again, not even like, verifying who the person is that cast the vote. Did I miss your comment? You remember it must be too feeble to remember what happened in 2020. No amount of money on God's green earth will convince me that election. Yeah, okay, no, NS, I'm not saying that one wasn't shenanigans, okay? Dude, I don't know a person on this planet outside of like hardcore Biden supporters who will not admit that there was some shenanigans that happened, some shit, okay, that went down. Because Dems do dude, that's been a problem for a while. Now, here's the thing. With all of these immigrants that they've moved in to try to, again, here's the thing about America that's so screwed up. So we have this immigration issue where we have people flooding across the border illegally, legally, whatever the situation is, you know, temporary status, situations where they're like, again, they're seeking asylum or something, fine. But then they get counted on the census for each state that they're staying in. The census being, again, the total population. Once that they conduct a census, then each state is going to have their electoral votes adjusted based on the increased population. So even if it's the increase in population is not legitimate citizens or people who can actually vote, then you still have an increase in electoral votes because of the certain population living in that state. So whether or not those illegal people even vote legally or illegally or not, they still have an influence on the electoral votes that get added to your state. Does that make sense? I mean, like, it's insane. Oh, crime's through the roof. See, if crime was an issue where I lived, I wouldn't be staying in my city. But I live in a very safe, smaller-ish town. Changed the law a couple months ago. Everyone can vote. People vote for others, too. Oh, my God. See, that's just not cool. The immigrants can't speak English. It doesn't matter. See, that's the thing, Mahendra. It doesn't matter if they speak English or not. If they get counted on a census as part of the population, legally or illegally, citizen or not, they are going to have an increase on the total population for a state, which then adds to the total electors for each state, which then makes each state more valuable in your federal election. That's just the way it works. Oh, Mari, it's a completely rigged system. Okay. So Fox is having some issues tonight, apparently. Let's see what they're saying.
He's just shy of 18.
I'm going to rest my voice for a second.
So where is he tonight? He's almost at 21. Okay, so hold on that moment here, okay?
Well, Philadelphia County is like hardcore blue. They're calling this whole area right here. Where's my mouse at? I can't find my mouse. Oh my God. Can you guys see my... I don't even think you can see my mouse on here. That bottom, like, northeastern side of Pennsylvania, they call like a blue wall, I guess. And that's like all the Philadelphia counties that always vote Democrats. Dude, I'm hating seeing this too. They've got Trump projected at like a 93% chance to win, and I still don't feel confident.
Kevin Wyden out
They
there.
call Georgia... Dude, the map I'm looking at has had Georgia for Trump for like the last 2 hours, okay?
Blue wall and how, you know, if it's moved every direction.
They called Maine for Kamala like 3 hours ago, and it's currently Trump has a 3,000 vote lead.
Here in Philadelphia, that really tell a story. These are your flipper counties, all right? Look at Northampton. All right.
Yo, Boosh, you know Neon from like Clownfish TV, right? They live in the Philly area as far as I know. And he said the same thing. He's like, look, a lot of people who are not hardcore like conservatives or Republicans, people who are not right-wing, are sick and tired of living through crime and poverty in their areas. And they're voting right just because they're sick and tired of the crap, you know? I don't know, Mahendra. We're going to be here till we're not. I don't have a time frame on this tonight. This is not a top 10 games from you without DEI. I could work on that, Fiery. The only problem, Fiery, is that I am not... This is not me admitting I'm a fake gamer. I love video games, and I play a lot of video games. The problem is I don't have time for a lot of games anymore, seeing as I'm almost 40 and my kids are in their rapidly approaching teenage years. So what I consider top 10 is probably going to be like games that people played 10 years ago or something. Like they're going to be people like, why don't you have this game on there? Well, I never played it. Oh, you're a fake gamer, you know? Well, you know, the thing, Mahendra, is that they have to go to a lot of these things, again, like governor races, House races, Senate, that kind of stuff, because they want to fill the airtime with, you know, they don't have anything else to say. They got nothing else. These are people, again, with mainstream media, even Fox News being exactly the same as CNN, just the other side of it. They are not going to share their own honest opinion. They still have to repeat a corporate, you know, message of sorts. So they're going to be very careful about what they say. That's why they cut to like the races and the concession speeches and stuff. All right, so from Election Wizard here on Twitter, it says, New York Times forecast now shows Trump wins popular vote by 1.3%. This must be a projection, I'm assuming. Forecast, yeah. It says Trump is ahead in all blue wall states. This is a 5-alarm fire for Kamala Harris. Future of the GOP lies with working class voters from all racial backgrounds. I think that's a very, very valid point that we're seeing from this election here, is that it's no longer a straight white man's party, you know? So Alaska is now starting to get the vote counted. 8% in, 15,000 for Trump, but Alaska usually goes blue for some reason. I don't know why. Don't ask me. Make a cat channel? Oh, you mean just the cats? Okay, Mari, I have an Instagram for my cats, but I never hardly ever upload to it. I will try to remember to put that on Discord, because for a while, I was thinking about making them a YouTube channel, but I don't really make videos with my cats, you know? That's the thing. What did Mari say? Feel free to find it. I don't know what you were talking about. Pennsylvania stopped counting? Of course they did. Of course they stopped counting. Why wouldn't they? 87% in. Let me see if there's any update. I know that these are updating live. I shouldn't have to refresh, but I do it just out of like habit. Oh boy. So right now, Pennsylvania has a 63,000 vote difference between Trump and Kamala, with 13% left to count. And here's the thing that really pisses me off. My state did this. A bunch of other states did this. Robert Kennedy in my state, RFK, got 28,000 votes. Why did people in my state vote for RFK? The man said, I'm endorsing Trump. Don't vote for me. I can't win. I don't understand.
Absolutely not.
I will never get it.
Do I need to be liked? Absolutely not. I like to be liked.
Yo, NS, dude. Appreciate it.
I have to be liked.
Yeah, but PA stopping the count is just pissing me off. What's up?
Her coach.
So apparently Kamala's not coming out tonight. I guess her co-chair came out to their crowd that's at their little center and said that they are just, it must have just happened. Let me see if they've got that on Fox.
CNN.
I'll try to bring up CNN, but Fox keeps cutting out.
Yeah.
Hey, can you peek your head in there, tell them to stop jumping around? Yo, NS, appreciate it, dude. You are awesome. Let me see. I think I missed a message in here. Find your mouse. You could. Yeah, well, I'm looking at. So if I go to if I go full screen, then that's fine. But then I lose my map that I have, because I have the map on 3 different display captures on my intermission screen. Why would she's a cis married woman? I'm not so sure about that. Have you seen her husband? I know he got the nanny pregnant and all, but I have doubts about him, if we're being honest.
Okay, yeah,
we got
okay.
you.
But it's been stubborn. It appears that it'll stick that way as well.
I do have
And
doubts.
Grand Rapids will stay in the blue column. It's a changing area.
Let's see if there's any update from Election Wizard here.
What I'm seeing right now.
Okay, Election Wizard says you will not hear from the VIP tonight. Trump leads Harris in Wisconsin by 113,000 with an estimated 83% reporting. The problem I'm seeing, is just like everything else. Wisconsin came out a while back and said that you might have to wait till 3 to 5 a.m. Okay, 3 to 5 a.m. to even see the results. The final result tally get released, which is insane to me. Look, we all know Minnesota is going to go Kamala, okay? She's got like 140,000 vote lead at this point. You can pretty much write that one off. Arizona is still sitting with only 55% in at 923,500 and 910,000. What is going on with these votes? You know, trucks are moving in Pennsylvania. Of course they are. Why wouldn't they? You bet she got the nanny pregnant. I mean, maybe she had help from Big Mike. Maybe Big Mike did her a favor. I don't know. Not sleeping tonight. Super Citizen, I have no idea what my plans are for tonight. It is only because I'm on the West Coast. I am at the mercy of not having to be like, again, seeing all this at 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't know what time I'm going to bed tonight. It could be a late night for me. And like I said, I'll get up at some point and probably go to work. I am semi-self-employed, work with my family, so for me, it's always that luxury of, if I drag my ass out of bed a little late and get to work late, I don't have a schedule that I have to keep. As long as the work gets done, that's all that matters. But I don't want to go to sleep tonight. I'll tell you that right now. I remember this from last year. Sorry, last election. It feels like it was a lifetime ago at this point. We thought it was a lock. We thought it was in the bag. We thought everything was going to be just fine. We thought, okay, there's no way that Biden could hide in his basement for an entire election cycle, not answer questions, not give speeches, not have rallies, and somehow get elected. There just was no way, especially because incumbents tend to have the advantage. You have the entire platform of the White House to use to campaign. A few states flip to blue. I mean, Mari, that's going to happen. You're going to see that, bounce back and forth. The one thing I'm noticing, and here's what's very strange. Obviously, there's a lot of votes to report still, but are we going to have less votes total than we had during the 2020 election? Non-US zone is you can keep track of this BS throughout the day. Another American L. Isn't that such bullshit, dude? You can sit over there in the UK and get better updates about what's going on with our election because it's just your normal morning or afternoon and it's the middle of the night for us, and yet we somehow can't, unless we want to stay up all night, we're just going to be in the dark about this stuff. Trump has won Pennsylvania and Wisconsin, but has not been called yet. You're not crazy, Ezio. The thing is, all right, I have to phrase this in a YouTube-friendly way. If this was just a Rumble stream, I could just be saying exactly what I'm thinking right now without worrying about getting banned. Here's the thing about the way that this works. States that have embedded Democrat governments or pollsters who lean Democrat, people who are counting the votes, people who are overseeing the actual counting and the tallying of the votes, they're going to do whatever they can to make sure that their candidate wins. So if that means that there's a gas leak or a pipe burst at 3 o'clock in the morning and they have to stop counting and they send everybody home and then they count stuff later on and they find more votes that come in later in the day, that's what they'll do. So as an American, after we lived through 2020 watching this crap, when I start to see states like Arizona, which is basically frozen in time right now at 55% of the vote, nothing is happening with the state. We're not getting any update about it. All we're seeing is the same votes that were already there before, where Trump's in the lead by, 13,000, but nothing's happening. It's terrifying. It's terrifying because we're afraid that if we go to sleep, everything's going to change overnight. Pennsylvania, Trump has got a 214,000 vote lead right now. In Michigan, he somehow still has a lead, but now I'm feeling less confident because she's got like a 50,000 vote deficit, give or take. Wisconsin is 86% in. He's got a 112,000 vote lead. I think Wisconsin is in the bag. Look, if Trump wins Wisconsin and Pennsylvania and Arizona, or Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, it's done. At that point, he doesn't need Nevada. He doesn't need Arizona. But again, it's just a matter of what are they going to do if we go to bed, and if we go to sleep thinking that we've got it made and everything's fine. Oh, Ezio, our country is a freaking joke. You are seeing the youngest superpower on Earth, the experiment that was the United States, unraveling in real time, given the fact that we can't even get our freaking elections straight, okay? We can't even make this shit work. If we can't make this work, how do we survive as a country? There was a ballot dump in Philly. Of course there was, Boosh, of course. All right, well, we're gonna stay on the Philly vote. Then we're gonna see how that affects the Philly vote. Here's what drives me crazy. There have been 4 years for the Republican Party, and again, it's not just Republicans, but like, okay, look at Maine now. Maine is now flipping blue again. I mean, Maine's a blue state. That was to be expected. There's been 4 years since the last round of all this crap and all this controversy around the counting of the votes and how the votes were tallied, for the Republicans to get people in place to just observe and not let shit happen. And where are we now? You know? A lot of people need to feel the pain before they learn. Yeah, well, that's very true. Let me see. What were you saying? Sorry, I lost your... What you're saying. Here we go. Inflation is teaching them this lesson 100%. Saw one girl's video. Her vote for Trump got rejected by Dem Counter, claiming signature didn't match. She was crying. Previous blue votes were easily accepted. Oh no, Ezio, Burner, it's right. Ezio, I would much rather have a democratic republic than a democracy of sorts, because again, having mob rule is a terrifying idea. Remember, last Arizona election was deemed invalid because of fraud. Here's the thing, dude. So when it comes down to it, Snake, the problem that I have is that there were so many lawsuits that were filed and people forgot about it. People have legitimately forgot about the election, where there was proof in court of things across many states that shouldn't have been allowed, that shouldn't have happened, that did happen. And it's like nothing has changed, you know? It's like, haven't we learned since then? Didn't the Republican Party and Trump and all of his people have 4 years to get their act together and put people in place to prevent this from happening again? The election will be over when we see the D-list celebrities get on their private planes to exit the USA. Maybe, but that's only if you believe that Trump is actually going to release all the names. I don't know 100% for sure if I believe that he's going to release the names. I'm not saying that because I think Trump was at a Diddy party. It's more like, you can talk a good talk, but eventually you have to be willing to put your money where your mouth is. Are they calling it for Trump? Let me just refresh this. Good old Xfinity, right? God, I hate Comcast so much. Just give us Fox. Oh my God, I had Fox on here already. What are you doing?
Why did I see Dana White? And I went to the campaign. I said, what's going on there?
You're right. They're calling Georgia now.
It was men. It was white men. And they said, we notice in the upper Midwest, at the time...
You live in a socialist democracy? Well, okay, I'm not saying that, our election system isn't flawed. I'm just saying that, like, there are a lot of perks to living in the U.S. Our government and our electoral system is a joke. I mean, Musk might have said that, but again, if Trump decides not to, Elon can't make him do anything. I gotta go tell my kids to go to bed.
Double-edged sword. Gender gap can help or hurt depending upon, the absolute level of support. We were looking at 55%. In other words, if Trump was hitting 55% with men, that was a good sign. If Harris was hitting 55% with women, that was a good sign. And in the upper Midwest states, he was getting closer to that.
I mean, I feel like we're a socialist country half the time. The way we're taxed over here, it feels like we are.
It seems to have paid some dividends up there. I mean, we're still waiting, but it's looking pretty good for him.
So we can definitively say that the poll that we don't talk about in Iowa was kind of off. The Des Moines Register poll.
I love Ann Seltzer. She's a giant.
It's your national pride that you are. Well, I don't know. I'm not a expert on Norway, so I have no idea.
Top line in that race, but what Seltzer had said was that senior women were breaking away from Trump over the abortion issue, and I think our friend Sean Trende had a really good observation where he said that may be true, but it may not help Harris. Because that's something that could occur in Iowa where abortion was a hot
Why
issue.
would seniors... Okay, here's the thing. Why would senior citizen women care about abortion? And I say this in all honesty. I know some women are like, oh, because I want my granddaughter to have the right. First off, that's a very morbid thought. Anybody who's like, oh, I want my daughters to have the right to have an abortion, I'm like, I'd rather my daughter never need one. You know? Just saying. But like when you see these like lesbian or senior citizen women making abortion like the biggest part of their vote, it's a very strange thing. It's very weird.
We appreciate you coming
Thank you,
by.
Darren.
Really does help a lot.
coming
Very
by.
nice to see you guys. Thank you.
Let's check in with Aisha Hosni at the
Let's
Trump
do that.
campaign headquarters. Aisha,
I'm not seeing much update on the map. It looks like Trump is gonna have Wisconsin in the bag if things don't change.
Perhaps imminent remarks from the
Michigan, I'm worried about because there's only
shortly
66% in.
Giveaway was a short while ago. Somebody went onto the stage right behind me and put up the glass for the teleprompter
'Cause they're
perhaps
crazy.
somebody will be speaking to the crowd here shortly.
Yeah, pretty much. That's a pretty solid answer there, Deadhouse.
Security details outside watching to see if the motorcade arrives from Mar-a-Lago. I did get a video from someone at the Mar-a-Lago party a short while.
Yeah, I don't care. So, Pennsylvania, guys, currently, Trump has got a 215,000 vote lead with 90% in. Are we going to say that Pennsylvania is safe? That Trump has managed to swing that one? You know? Because I have no idea what the shit is going on with Arizona. It's still a 14,000 vote difference. We have no idea what's going on behind the scenes there. Wisconsin is looking great for Trump. 120,000 vote difference, 88% in. Michigan, like Bush was saying, if there's a ballot dump, I don't know. I just don't know what to expect from that. So, yeah, to hand your ballot to a he/she. Yeah, I've had to deal with a few of those people, and it's really awkward trying to figure out like how to talk to those people. It just goes to the people instead of the rich. Things like school, healthcare. Spoke to Americans, you have close to more taxes than us. Dude, SEO, you're not kidding. We are taxed like we are socialist in this country, but we don't have any of the benefits of socialism. You wonder why the father's opinion's never considered? Because it's not your body, Dexter. Forget about the life and the body of the child. It's not your body, and that's all that matters. It's don't get me started on that conversation about, you know, my body, my choice. Don't even.
Alexandra.
Yeah. Hey, good to be with you. Yeah, the crowd here in Bucks County, they are excited by some trends they are seeing. Not
You don't talk to those people. That's a good thing.
Results tonight, Pennsylvania's results, and the count is historically slow. It took 4 days in 2020, but the Commonwealth.
Oh no, Super Citizen, you're right about that. Nothing is a safe bet. I'm just looking at the statistical possibilities of shenanigans, and I don't. For example, Wisconsin has Madison County, which is the big county, one of the big city counties, is over 95% in. Same with Ashland, Bayfield. Like the big blue counties are in. So even if there's a few more votes that come in those counties, Wisconsin looks safe. It looks like it's a done deal, because the big blue, like, where are those votes going to come from? I mean, the votes are in there, you know. I don't know, Jackrabbit. I feel like Alaska is typically blue, isn't it? I feel like Alaska is usually blue.
Alex, thank you.
Fox is saying it's too early to call Alaska. Yeah.
Tennessee. What do you cooking up over there, Bill?
Dude, I feel the same way about abortion, but again, everyone's got a different take on it, and I can understand there are some situations where medically it might be necessary, and I don't want to go to the gray area crap, but no, I am ethically opposed to it on every level.
Okay, 8 years ago, when he's running against Hillary Clinton, this is his margin in New York, all right? 37.5 compared to almost 59 for Hillary Clinton. And then against Joe Biden, it was, what?
Abolish alimony. I mean, I'm not opposed to that.
It was 0.3 of a point, all right?
I've known some guys who've had to deal with alimony from really awful, evil women, despite the fact that they were raising the kids and the women didn't do anything, and yet they were still paying alimony to the ex-wife. Dude, every governmental body and every governmental system we have in this country is a nightmare. It is absolute shit show personified. Is Alaska usually red? I didn't know that, Oblivion. And a good evening to you, sir. And how are you doing tonight? Alaska's oil country. Yeah, it's okay. That's a good point. Unless they do the thing, TM. Yeah. The thing. We all know. The thing we're all waiting to see if it happens.
That goes back to the argument that we've been talking about for some time now, that Trump had more paths to the Oval Office than Harris did.
So, Oblivion, I just saw your previous comments. The way it's looking right now, I'm going to turn these guys down a little bit. So I'm messing with the volume, guys, just so I don't have to yell over the top of them. The way it's looking right now, and I know people are saying nothing's over till it's over, based on the counties that are in with Wisconsin, based on Michigan, Michigan's definitely too close to call right now. But Pennsylvania and Wisconsin, he didn't have the last time. If he gets either one of those or both of those, plus maybe Nevada, we don't know how Nevada's going to go yet, and Arizona pulls their head out of their ass with whatever they're doing with the vote count, he's got enough votes. They're there. The votes are there. It just has to be free of interference or fortification. You know? You have to change to take care of a child. You had no choice. And yeah, dude, seriously. 100%. States are always blue. You referenced 2016 map in 2020. He won. Yeah, the PA, Wisconsin, and Michigan were all blue in 2020. Those guys were all blue states. And Arizona went blue in 2020. We might get Nevada? I don't know. There's 0% showing up on this map. I don't know yet.
Just a tad under 35,000 votes. Clark County, Las Vegas, 70% of the votes.
Again, Ezio, it's based on whose network you're watching. Everyone's going to have a different number that they're estimating. The only way you know for sure is when they're done counting the votes and the election is final. You'll know when the election's over. It is such a colossal mess. The way that we do our elections here is a nightmare. I hate it. Look, Florida has like 35 million people or some crazy crap like that, right? And they had, it looks like, close to 11 million votes that were cast. They had their votes counted in like 2 hours. But we don't have federal election, referendums on how we vote and how we count our votes, because the last thing we need is federal oversight saying, oh yeah, nobody needs a voter ID. Well, once the federal government gets involved, that's it, we're done, you know? All right, so Alaska looks like it's going Trump. This website just gave it to Trump, that's why he's at 251. Talking about starting a game company there. I'm good, dude. I'm just trying to sort through this mess, you know? Just trying to work my way through this nightmare mess that we have.
Jeff Paul is live in Las Vegas. Jeff,
Small babies are being thrown into rivers. That's your take on abortion? Yeah, Jackrabbit. I mean, here's the thing. I will 100% always believe that abortion of a healthy fetus that's not a danger to the mother is killing a child. I understand people aren't going to feel the same way about that, and I can agree to disagree. And that's the thing is, I always try to compare this to when I say 90s Democrats and Republicans always got along. You disagree about whether or not it's murder or killing a baby or whatnot, but you didn't like scream at each other about it. You were just like, okay, well, we'll agree to disagree. You know, that's kind of my take on it. Unfortunately, it's just gotten to this point where it's like people are so insane, you know. He is leading Nevada. I'm not seeing an update on that. Let me see if Fox News said anything about that.
So our panel is still with us, and we have some new folks.
89% in Wisconsin. He still has a 109,000 vote lead.
Great to have all of you with us. Kevin McCarthy, let me start with
Minnesota still looks decent. 120,000 vote lead with 68% in.
so far, and then maybe drill down.
Arizona's still slow rolling this shit. My God.
The Senate Republicans did an extraordinary job. They surpassed all expectations. President Trump is on his way, and I think President Trump is going to help the Republicans hold the House, but it's going to be very narrow, maybe even narrower than we have now.
But you think they could do it?
Maybe
Yeah, if
even
you look at
narrower than you have now, you said.
Yeah, it may be exactly the same or maybe smaller. Look at the 2 seats I said at the very beginning of the night. Watch Pennsylvania.
Why is it 3 for Nebraska? So every state is got a certain amount of electors based on their population. For example, let's go back to the map here. The big states were Texas, Florida, California. Those have the biggest population in the U.S. So those states are worth the most electors because it's based on the amount of population you have. That's why politicians don't go to Montana, Idaho, Wyoming, Utah, Colorado, not so much. It's bigger population, but still not as much. North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, they don't go to these states to campaign. Kansas, Oklahoma, they don't go there because the population is so small that there's no electoral votes that are worth them wasting their time campaigning, you know? All right, so yeah, Nevada, 53% in. Wow, that happened fast. Check this shit out. I haven't seen this. So, Nevada actually had 7,600 so far that says none of these candidates, 1%. 1% of the people so far voted nobody. Wow. That is going to piss me off if those are like never Trump Republicans. 10,000 that voted nobody. Hey, Trump's closing the gap right there in Nevada. Yeah, Berner, you're probably ahead of me. Get lost. Senate has 51 seats for the Republicans, correct, and I think they are going to take the House as well. I think that's where we're currently sitting. Oh, God, this guy is like a wet fart.
You call it. I think that there is even recriminations now among Democrats as to Biden and whether Biden should have dropped out earlier.
51 Senate seats.
Biden should have stayed. Would a white male have done better? Obviously, Trump has defeated 2 women and now a black woman. So there's all of these questions. But
oh my God, Juan Williams is making this shit about race. Nobody thinks Kamala is black. Okay? She is like the whitest black woman possible. She's half Indian and she's half Jamaican. She's not even African American. Okay? Why is he making this about her being black? Oh, he defeated a white woman and a black woman. It has nothing to do with that. Hillary is the most evil person on the planet. Nobody likes Hillary, okay? And Kamala Harris is the most unlikable vice president of all time. There is statistical data that shows that. Nobody in the Democrat Party liked Kamala Harris. Trump isn't beating her because she's a woman or she's black. It's because she's awful. Good God.
the violence, but a direct action intended to stop certification of a presidential election.
Understood. And we've talked a lot about it.
That's why I said that.
And we've
That's
talked a lot
what you
about it in the
understand me very
campaign.
clearly.
Yeah, fiery burner. If we take the House and the Senate and lose the presidency, it'll suck, but it'll suck a lot less. Let me tell you that right now. The only thing I worry about, we have so many ineffective political, representatives in the House and the Senate. Who do we have in the Senate that has any balls as a conservative or right wing or populist, movement? Nobody. I mean, Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz is kind of a joke, to be honest. Okay. I don't know. Lauren Boebert, I can't stand. There's a few of these people. Marjorie Taylor Greene, I can't stand any of them. Give me somebody who seems genuine, you know? Half Indian, half idiot. There you go. But yes, a majority is something. The question is, are they going to use it effectively? And I have no faith that the modern Republican Party in its current form is going to be effective at all.
Because black men felt that Democrats and elites put immigrants before us.
Well, they do.
Your thoughts on that?
I just think that that's possible. I don't know that for a fact.
Oh, Juan Williams, shut up. Yeah, Burner, you know, here's the thing. You absolutely can hit your camera app when you're talking on your phone if you don't have it like right against your ear or if you bump it or whatever. I've had my phone do that where it opens a different app while I'm talking. But people were saying that it didn't even have like the green collar header on the top of her phone. So I don't know. Dude, everything she does is fake. I wouldn't put it past her to be faking talking to somebody. That wouldn't shock me one bit. So to be honest, yeah, that wouldn't shock me. You think only 1964 is when they voted Democrat? Yeah, both of Kamala's parents have a PhD, although her mom had to raise her by herself because her daddy went out for milk and never came back, apparently. I guess that's the story. I don't know. Oh, get lost. I hate Boebert. I know there's probably people here who are going to crucify me for it, but Boebert and MTG are cringe. I can't stand them. It's all performative. They are weirdos. Give me somebody who is just genuinely going to go out there and get shit done without making it all about themselves and being weird about it, you know? That's all I want. Give me a boring person who's going to go out there and just put out good... Give me a freaking Rand Paul, you know? I want Rand Paul.
Effective leader, and they thought he would do something about the issues they cared the most about.
I'll try not to, JC. We're going to be up for a while.
Inflation, which has decimated their
Kamala's dumber than a sack of hammers. Yeah, and less useful, too.
Communities deeply. To suggest that somehow black men are racist because they supported a white man.
No, Burner, you can... Let me test it out. I'm going to call my wife. Hang on. Hey, babe, I'm calling your phone. Don't answer.
Hold on. We're not saying most black men.
All right, I'm calling her right now.
For Donald Trump. So I never said
So,
anything like that.
let me see if you guys can see this. Hang on.
I'm saying to you, no, I'm saying
All right,
to you that
camera's open and I'm calling my wife right now. So, she's on the phone right now. So you absolutely can do it. We're testing out whether you could have your camera app open while you're on the phone. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you can totally do it, but there will be the little green light, you know?
In spite of that, not because of it.
You think they're plants? Get lost? I think that they are something. I don't know what I would call them.
I tend to agree with Juan about January 6th. I'm surprised by the fact that the country got over that as quickly as we seemingly did, which speaks to the political comeback. I've said.
You're surprised the country got over January 6th as fast as they did? After the summer of love in 2020, where we had people murdered, beaten, mugged, looting, billions of dollars in damages, and these guys want to talk about how people got over January 6th so quickly, when only a few people got injured or killed, and one of them was a person who was just trying to climb through a door and got shot by somebody who was trying to be a big hero, apparently. And yet, they want to act like we were weird for getting over January 6th. Holy crap, guys. What is with the brain rot in this country? Oh my God. I can't even right now. I swear to God, I can't even with these people. Look, I get that Fox wants to seem impartial, so they bring these people on that are like Democrat pundits or left wing or whatever, but it's like, shut the hell up. Nobody cares. Oh man. Come on, just call some of these races. Call them so we can go to bed. Just call them. All right, so yeah. Nevada is leaning towards Trump now. We'll get a little update on this map. Trump is ahead by 20,000 votes. 71% in. Trump is up 497 to 477 in Nevada. Arizona is still taking their sweet ass time. He's got a 15,000 vote lead, but there's only 56% of the vote in. Wisconsin sitting at 90%. Trump is up 14,096 to 1,496,000 to 1,384,000. And Michigan, which I'm very curious about, Trump still has a 90,000 lead with 29% to go. So we shall see. Pennsylvania, I think Trump's got this one in the freaking bag. 9% to go. He has got a 220,000 vote lead, guys. And again, I don't I don't know if you guys noticed. Anybody, if you have like cryptocurrency or shit, Dogecoin and cryptocurrency have been going insane tonight. And I think it has something to do with people assuming that Trump is going to be elected. Dogecoin is up to almost 21 cents a coin right now. So I don't want to get too carried away and too far ahead of myself. On Robinhood app, if you're betting on Trump, he's up 97 cents and she's down to 3 cents. People are assuming that this thing is in the bag as much as it possibly can be. But still, I still don't know. You know, I still don't know. The leftists went to Arizona to ruin them. Whatever it takes. Whatever it freaking takes to start seeing more of these states voting sensibly. And look, I understand it's going to take a while for these people that have been, indoctrinated. All right, Burner, have a good night, dude. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed that everything goes well. Okay? Fingers crossed. But we will stay up as long as we can to make sure that nothing happens. I feel like here's the most positive thing. There are so many streams. Alex Jones, Steven Crowder, Lotus Eaters, all these guys that have hundreds of thousands of viewers combined documenting this shit in real time. If we can keep track of this stuff and have as many people watching this as possible to just document this, there's no way that they could actually pull this off, as far as the rigging goes. So your family voted all red in a blue state and your people actually swung right like crazy. Dude, that's awesome. I mean, I vote red in a blue state. I'm part of Washington, so for me it's like, look, 64% in, 1.5 million to 1 million. My vote didn't matter in this state. It just doesn't count. And that's fine. I've accepted that. I understand that part of the downside of living in my state is it's anti-2A, it's anti-small business, it's anti-everything that I'm, a supporter of. But I am in a safe place, the weather's great 6 months out of the year, and the scenery's awesome. But unfortunately, the downside is the government here sucks. Yeah, Fiery, I feel you, dude. No, we have to stay vigilant, we have to stay on top of this. No more of these going to bed and then seeing this little chart where all of a sudden you've got, Trump's ahead, Biden's right here, and then all of a sudden you have this blue line going straight up. None of that crap. So I was gonna play, I had a game that I was gonna play, this Vox Populi game, which I was gonna do the tutorial on. But honest to God, I didn't even have time to finish the tutorial, so I don't think playing it's going to be a smart idea. But let's get back on Fox here real quick. I don't know why they keep cutting out. What is going on? Rhode Island swung right, Maryland moved right, friggin' Jersey swung right. John, look at this, okay? Trump is currently still leading in the popular vote. When's the last time we saw a Republican lead the popular vote? It's unreal, all right? Take it for what it is. But at the end of the day, even if Kamala wins somehow, fair votes, legitimate election, free and fair election, most secure election ever, let's say Kamala wins. If Trump takes the popular vote, that's the first time in probably my adult voting life that a Republican president has taken the actual popular vote. Reagan? I guess Reagan might have done it, yeah. But I wasn't voting. I was born in Reagan's second term. You may move to Rhode Island. Dude, I might move right over here to Idaho. Idaho's looking mighty fine, okay? Idaho's looking fantastic. Wait, so did Guam go for Trump? I didn't see the results of Guam. They don't have Guam on here. We got Hawaii, which is always going to be blue. And then we got Alaska, which is going red for Trump. 30% in, he's got a 16,000 vote lead, 18,000 vote lead. Dems are the cuckboy loser who promises the girl everything and gets rejected. Wait, they called Pennsylvania? Wait, let's refresh. Hang on.
Where the vote is in Nevada and in Arizona. There is no path, Brit Hume, for Vice President Harris, and just 30,000 feet. What this means.
Well, I'm old enough to remember when Richard Nixon was declared dead in 1962. Remember the famous speech he said, "You don't have Nixon to kick around anymore." No one could imagine after that failed race for governor.
Dude, Fox has Trump at 267.
That was a hell
Holy shit.
This, to my eye, was a man who was faced with many.
Dude, okay. Based on Fox's calculations, if he takes Nevada, which he's looking like he's going to, it's freaking over.
This is an extraordinary comeback.
Ponderer, it's getting close, dude. Holy shit.
He campaigned so energetically, ruthlessly, fiercely, and with
Denton.
Kamala Harris.
Denton, honestly, I'm gonna say that's shenanigans. I'm not gonna say that he would have gotten like the majority of the popular vote, but honest to God, I think that you can probably put a certain amount of that on shenanigans.
Wiles, who's his campaign manager, very quiet, does not like the limelight.
Rigged elections? Does he just say he won in spite of it, do nothing? Oblivion, now you're speaking my language. What are the Republicans in the House and the Senate gonna do with the mandate that they're freaking given? If they take the House, the Senate, the Supreme Court, and the presidency, and they still don't do anything about it, I don't know. I have no idea. Okay, get lost. This is anecdotal, but Hawaii is blue because they hate white people, from what I've seen. My dad used to work in Hawaii as a contractor, and he said that Hawaiians hated the white population that worked there. Dude, look at this map. Look at this map.
They just called Pennsylvania.
Yeah. So Trump's got it. Trump's got it in the bag.
He's at 270 according to that website.
According to this, he's got it. Fox News has him at 267.
He is, I think, enthusiastic about doing the job of being president.
Yeah, your dad's gonna be excited. I don't have to stay up all night if this is called. If she'll freaking concede, I can go to bed at some point.
People would say this could never happen in the United States of America.
He's a single, I've said this before, he's a single greatest political athlete.
Yeah, I guess they called PA. Hang on.
And tonight he proved why. There were moments in the campaign where I thought he said some things and did some things that I didn't quite understand.
You completely forgot. Dude, I forgot Hawaii existed. They were talking about Guam, I guess. Does Puerto Rico vote? I can't remember if Puerto Rico votes. Okay, look at the map a second. Hang on, look at the map. It's not just Nevada. Nevada, Arizona, Wisconsin, Michigan. This means that he would have lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He would have won like 30 states, okay? If this all goes the way it's going.
Let us not be critical of people for voting for President Trump. He did something we didn't do in this campaign. We had to reevaluate, reassess. Mr. Wonderful said it a little earlier.
Dude, you know Shank Uger is like sweating right now. Freaking Alyssa Mercante, Hassan Abi, all these assholes are all sweating right now.
He will be the 47th president of the United States after everything that we saw in this election. It's hard to understand.
Guys, this is insane. Oh my God. I was terrified, and now suddenly I feel like everything is going our way.
That they thought it was done. There was a landslide prediction from a lot in the media that she was going to have the landslide. It looks like he's going to have the landslide tonight.
Yeah, it's truly remarkable. You know, the revolution rolls on.
That is crazy.
And this is not just a victory for the White House tonight, but also this is the end of the old Republican Party, which of course Donald Trump took on. That was the first thing that he did. The very first thing that he did in 2015 was take on the old Republican Party. He has completely reshaped the Republican Party. The Republican Party is no longer a...
They get back to reading about Trump, right? Well, okay, so get lost. Schumer wouldn't have to resign. He's fired. He was, the Senate Majority Leader? The Republicans now have a Senate majority, so he is fired. He's done. Maybe he won't run for re-election. I don't know, but Schumer's, his job is gone. He's out. He's done.
To win with that. And you can't help but think that with this victory, in 4 years from now, he's going to have the mantle that he can hand to the next Republican. So I don't know how Republicans ever go back to the old party that they were. But it is truly extraordinary, and it is all by the force of one guy, one man who had the fortitude, the strength, the vision.
This is insane. Oh my freaking Lord. I can't even right now, guys. This is crazy.
He just kept on fighting
Charlie,
and fighting and fighting.
Charlie, it would have been one thing for him to come back from a single defeat to be elected again. But when you think about it, he came back from a series of them.
I'm shaking with anticipation right now. I'm fully expecting him to do the thing in the last possible moment. But Super Citizen, if he claims victory and they call the states, they will have the advantage, because then Kamala can try to do, think about this, everything Trump did in 2020 that didn't work for him, Kamala will have to do, and she will be coming like uphill because he'll have the freaking advantage. Oblivion, I feel that. I don't love Trump, but I love the fact that we are finally going to get this country back on to some sense of normalcy and just trying to be effective. Don't get involved in world politics. Focus on the economy. Focus on individual rights. Look, I'm far more conservative than Trump is. I'm far more conservative than half people that voted for him. But, like, I can accept the fact that maybe we just need to return to normalcy before we kind of, you know, figure out where we go from there, you know?
Very high inflation and a malaise in many ways in the country that I think these people who have been called...
No, get lost. The guy that won the majority seat said, Chuck Schumer, you're fired. I'm sure that they're going to fire him, you know?
Well, I think this means a lot to a lot of people. I think the working class are looking for a renewal.
The people you need to gain power are not the ones you need to maintain power. 100%. And JC, here's the thing. This is his second term. He's an old man. Who knows if he even survives, you know, his second term, assassination attempts, health issues, whatever. But the reality is the Republican Party needs to be torn down. And I'm not saying less conservative. I mean, like, truly focus on the things that truly matter and get back to actually protecting people's rights and their God-given constitutional rights. The things that actually are important to Americans. Small businesses being protected, lower taxes, 2A, right to free speech. Those kind of things. Those are the only things that really matter at the end of the day for a government to be involved in it. Everything else is a personal moral choice, you know?
But imagine the Saudis, you know, making a normalization deal with Israel in the face of a new president here. Imagine
I'm going there tomorrow night.
Why are we talking about Israel right now? I get it, but come on.
Trump talks about Kevin O'Leary. What is the market going to do in the wake of
what's happened here is the system self-corrected.
Long 4 years indeed.
The American model, it fixes itself. And I think people should give credit within the Democratic Party. Donald Trump saved them tonight, too.
Yeah, look at this, guys. Look at this. Okay, so with PA being called, that puts him at 270 on this map. Wisconsin is still going for Trump. Michigan's still going for Trump with 74% in. Arizona breaking for Trump still. Again, they haven't counted all the votes yet, but he doesn't need Arizona. And Nevada going for Trump with 73% in with a 36,000 vote majority. It's over. It's done. At this point now, if she tries to contest it, she's going to look like a lunatic. They definitely don't want... Dude, get lost. I was not a fan of J.D. Vance before I heard him actually start speaking on the campaign trail. And holy crap, I really like that guy now. It's crazy.
Bring capital back to this country. It fixed itself. It fixed itself. And I think...
Yeah, Oblivion, here's the thing. You don't have to be like a hard Trump guy, conservative, true right-wing person to just say, look, let's get Trump in there. Let's get the economy working better. Let's get everything else going better. Foreign aid, foreign policy. Let's get everything kind of streamlined to where we're not spending billions of dollars every year to keep foreign wars going and just go from there. I think that's the most normal opinion to take. And you could do that as a Democrat, as a conservative, as a Republican, as an independent. I think that this is a step in the right direction. This is people saying enough is enough of the globalist shit, enough of the trying to involve ourselves in everyone else's problems. Let's focus on the things that matter here at home, you know? Oh, get lost. I'm the same way. I'm so sick and tired of all the pandering and shit. I'm beyond over it.
We've had on the show many times, and she knows that area very well. She said the people of that region
This is insane. I was terrified going into the night, guys. I'm not gonna pretend I was not scared. I was terrified.
Who's like looking into the future, and they can get behind that, and they love somebody who can really.
But I think what this speaks to is the fact that, look, the old school way of doing politics is over. People saw through Kamala Harris, and they saw how fake she was. Is he losing it? Oh my God! Let's see if we can find Hassan Piker on Twitch, not Twitter. Twitch, everybody.
Matter of survival, you know what I mean?
Is he losing it?
Makes sense. For young men, they don't give a fuck about abortion, and maybe they even like it. They like that the other party is like dominating women to a certain degree. After all, women should know their place. Maybe that's how they feel about it. But for one reason or another, they're angry and they're vulnerable and they're fearful. And the Republican Party turns around and says, like, yeah, you're angry because these bitches, these dumb broads, these feminists, they're doing feminism to you. They're doing gender to you. We'll put them in their place. And then they go, yeah, okay, that's right. I think that's right.
Yo, he is crapping on young men as he's trying to, like, promote feminism and shit. That's fantastic. Look at him. Look at him.
They're angry and, yeah, they're entitled, for sure, to a certain degree.
Guys, I cannot wait for Twitch to get shut down. Holy shit. You guys saw that stuff about Dan Clancy, their CEO, actually, you know, like, following his own employees on OnlyFans and shit, right? Dude, I'm so ready for freaking Twitch to get shut down. This loser to lose his platform. That'd be fantastic. Because he'll never survive on YouTube. Not a chance.
Both parties are going to rob you blind, okay? Both parties are never going to do anything. They're never going to do right by you, but at least one party is going to give you some goodies. If you like guns, one party is going to control those, okay? The other party wants to do lame-ass gun control, but one party will let you have an arsenal, right? If you're a gun guy, they got you. One party will tell you that, like, gay people and trans people are the problem, and they're going to dominate those people.
How many gay people voted for Trump, you freaking retard? Oh my God. Okay, I can't watch Hassan anymore because I'm sorry. I follow lesbian and gay people on Twitter. And again, I don't even personally morally agree with that lifestyle based on my upbringing, based on my personal beliefs. But it doesn't matter because we're voting for Trump based on economic hardships that we're all going through and the direction our country needs to go. It doesn't have anything to do with homosexuality or bisexuality or gender fluidity. And yet here he is making it a thing. It's like, God, you don't understand, Hassan. You are a complete moron, okay? You have lost the script so far at this point that you don't realize people don't want to spend $300 every time they go to the freaking grocery store. I am paying $200 to $250 every time I go to Costco for a cart full of stuff that used to cost me $100. This guy's a fucking moron. My God. Just piss off. I can't wait for Hassan to be out of a job. That'll be fantastic. Pardon my French, everybody. I try not to swear too much on this channel anymore, but my God. Who's going to contain the... Super Citizen, they'll have to go flip McDonald's burgers. They'll have to go get real jobs, okay? They won't be able to do this shit anymore because it won't survive on YouTube because people on YouTube tend to have a higher intelligence than people who watch shit on Twitch, okay? I hate Twitch. I'm debating... I've had a Twitch account for 5 years. I stream to when I do my game streams. And at this point, I'm considering just nuking my Twitch account all the way, just altogether. Because I hate Twitch that much. I hate Kick. I hate Twitch. I hate all that crap. I don't think he's secretly playing the new Dragon Age. Come on, he loves all that shit, dude. He loves all that. He loves it. Yeah, no, he's Shank Yuger's nephew. The man who talked about bestiality and how it's a good thing, how people should be allowed to do bestiality and stuff because it doesn't hurt the animal. They're a family full of freak, degenerate, weirdo socialists, okay? Come on.
Obama, remember that?
Yep.
Well,
So we're going to get Trump on here? Is that what we're getting?
He would have been, if the Republicans had maintained control of the Senate, first thing...
Yeah, Maki, I'm ready for Twitch to get nuked. Go away, Twitch. Nobody wants you anymore.
And
it's not just that. It's not just the politics and the weird trans shit that Twitch promotes and all the gender ideology crap that they simp for every freaking month. I'm getting notifications from Elgato and Streamlabs. again, two companies that I use products from that I hate that I have to give them money, but Elgato makes the products like the Stream Deck, and Streamlabs is how I stream, and they're always giving money about how it's like, oh, it's pro Pride Month and pro LGBT. It's like, look, I just want to be able to stream, multi-stream. I like Streamlabs. It works well. But I will switch to OBS or some other company eventually if I need to, because I'm sick and tired of the vapid, empty, wasted virtue signaling these companies do, that all it does is it puts like, these weirdo freaks on the front page of Twitch like, oh, Streamlabs has their LGBTQ History Month Streamer of the Month. It's like, nobody cares. Just be entertaining or not. Look, I can understand if nobody's here. If people don't come to my channel if I'm not entertaining. I get it. Okay, not everybody is for every person, but why the empty, vapid virtue signaling? I don't understand. What the hell's the point? Oh my God.
That takes it up to 267 to 226. But again,
No, Hassan in another life would be a terrorist.
The 47th president.
Yeah, Bush, the grocery prices are insane, okay? Give me a break.
Next.
Helldiver! Hey, we'll get back to some Helldiver 2 at some point. I picked up Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut, though, guys, so I don't know when the hell I'm going to play that game, but I picked it up because why not?
Look like with Vyvgart Hytrulo, a subcutaneous injection that takes about 30 to 90 seconds. For one thing,
Oblivion, the problem is that algorithms control everything we do,
reduce muscle weakness with a treatment plan that's personalized to you. Do not use Vyvgart Hytrulo if you have a serious...
Yeah, Helldiver, I mean, I don't know that it was easy. I definitely think people are just fed up with the way things have gone for the last few years. And I'm just hoping we get back to a sense of normalcy. Get the economy under control. Get people's jobs back under control. Get the the cost of living, like housing crisis that we're going through. I've said this before. Let me turn this down. Anecdotally, my wife and I, we were ready to buy a house in 2020. 2020 was going to be our year, and it was a joke because 2020 as a kid, you grew up in the 80s and 90s thinking 2020 is going to be some amazing year for you, and 2020 just did not turn out that way. All right, 2020 we all know was a shit show, and so we had gotten our finances in order. The economy was good. We were making more money than we had before. I was working a little bit more, but it was okay because I was making money for my time, and we were getting our debt paid off. We were getting our credit scores repaired. We were getting ready to buy a freaking house in 2020, and then everything just kind of crapped out. And it has only gotten worse, like every year has gotten worse since then. So what people really care about is just getting a sense of normalcy, getting the economy under control, getting, again, the cost of living under control, and we can go from there. Everyone can have different opinions on the big controversial issues like, again, gay marriage, abortion, all those things. We can work through all that other crap. If the cost of living is so exponentially high that we can't even survive, that's something that we have to deal with first, Yeah, Deadhouse, we're all just fed up, dude. We're fed up with going to the grocery store and spending a fortune on our groceries when it used to cost us half the freaking price. Yeah, and Twitch is a dumpster fire. I'm so sick of Twitch, dude. I'm over it. I'm just beyond... Like, if I had half a mind right now, I would go on and nuke my Twitch account just because I'm so freaking sick and tired of it. I don't make any money on the platform. I have, like, no subscribers on there. It took me for, years to get to 400 followers on there, and I just don't care anymore, and the platform can just go to hell. Let me see what's going on here.
About to explode at Trump headquarters in West Palm Beach. You see thousands of people waiting, and we are about to hear from the...
Well, Helldiver, I think people in general are just fed up. I mean, look, if you just look at, like, even Washington, where I live, where it's a very, very solid blue state, Trump got a decent amount of votes. Not enough to actually have any effect, but again... You're talking about the first time that a Republican has led in the popular vote for an election ever, like in the last 30 years since, I guess, Reagan or whatnot. And it's just the fact that people are sick and tired of suffering every day just with their day in and day, day and out daily. Sorry, guys, the second margarita is kicking my ass. Oh, my God. Yeah, it's just we're sick and tired of it.
the call for him in Pennsylvania. They're also excited about
Yeah, get lost. I'm thinking of just deleting my Twitch and Kick entirely.
that magic 270 number.
Dude, Rumble. Yeah, I use YouTube and Rumble are my primary ones that I like to upload to. I also upload like the BitChute, and then freaking YouTube disabled Odyssey updates. So now I have to automatically, like, I have to manually upload to Odyssey too, which sucks. But dude, Hassan is such an idiot. My God, that guy can just go screw himself. Dude, PA got called. It's PA is for Trump. 92% in. He's got a 200,000 vote lead.
It is really important to point out how big the coattails could be tonight.
Well, Deadhouse, I'm really hoping the YouTube censorship stops. Not like you can just say whatever you want to and talk about any sort of like, you know, I am very, very tame with my content. Not just because I have to be, because I don't want to be like super edgy and controversial. I'm not looking to be like that guy that says all sorts of unhinged shit on the internet. But I've had people message me. DB Wild, who is here on YouTube and Twitter, he follows me on YouTube. He messaged me on Twitter saying, dude, what's the deal? Like, everything I post on your YouTube streams gets deleted. Apparently, they are censoring the hell out of people right now, you know? Hey, Mahendra, you back? But yeah, the censorship on these big platforms needs to stop. We just need to be able to have honest, open conversation from now on. We need the censorship and all this garbage that happens from like where only mainstream voices are being heard. People have a right to be able to speak freely as long as it's not a threat, it's not a direct call for violence against people. I'm tired of the hate speech crap. Let people speak freely, and if it crosses a line, we'll deal with it when we get there, you know?
To Trace Gallagher on the West Coast with his panel. Hey, Trace.
Brett, thank you. Martha, thank you as well. We've got our panels.
No, Mahendra, it's more about the fact that people always do this on YouTube where they'll post a comment or a reply, or people like in the live chats for streams, and their post gets deleted instantly because they're shadow banned, you know? Yeah, NS, I think it's over, dude. I think we are finally done.
At this point, it is a choice. Back in 2016, you could argue that you were blindsided, you didn't expect it. You cannot say that anymore. This was predictable from the very start. And I think the reason they keep getting it wrong is because they still don't...
Dude, Helldiver, I don't condone or endorse any gambling. I think you're much better off to save your money and spend it wisely or invest it in something sensible, so... I can't speak to that, although I'm watching cryptocurrency go through the roof tonight. Freaking Dogecoin is like almost up 21 cents a coin. Absolutely unreal. GameStop stock is even up. If it goes high enough, I'm going to sell my... Dude, I am right about to break even on my GameStop stock. I think I'm going to sell it once it hits to like break even point. Yeah, Oblivion, it's not just you, dude. It's everybody. Like I said, DB Wild, who's been on the live streams before, he messaged me on Twitter like, dude, I was going to be pissed at you, then I realized it wasn't just you.
Voted for Trump will be counted as those who helped save America from further decline. I mean, Kamala Harris has tried her best to...
Fireworks are going off, Giga. Oh, hell yeah. Get lost. Peace. Good talking to you as well. Here's hoping we can get back to just normalcy. Go back to being normal, you know?
Do I need to be liked? Absolutely not.
NS, dude.
Do I need to be liked? Absolutely not.
Oh my God, man. You didn't have to do that. Oh. Yo, I gotta say something real quick, especially because this is not my normal stream. I don't drink on stream. I don't drink hardly ever. I try to not talk like straight politics on stream, but tonight was a little bit more of a special situation given the election and stuff. But YouTube has been kicking me in the balls the last 2 months with video views, subscriber counts, all that. And I'm not mad about it. I don't blame any of you guys for it. I look at it and go, I need to do better. I need to make better content. I need to be better about when I upload and figuring all that shit out. But I appreciate the absolute hell out of all you guys, like NS, and of course Helldiver, people who have gifted and super chatted and stuff. You guys have all been fantastic. But I just appreciate the hell out of you all for spending your time with me, especially on a night like this. Is a historic moment tonight, guys. And so you could be in Crowder's stream, you could be in these other big streamers and stuff, but y'all are here. So you know, guys, without being too sappy about it, I appreciate the absolute hell out of you guys. And I don't ever want to come off as, you know, taking you guys for granted or not being appreciative. I'm only here because you guys have shown up, and that is more than I deserve. And so, you know, my hat's off to you guys. You guys have been freaking awesome. I appreciate it all.
Deep frustration with the Biden administration and
oh, for sure, Super Citizen. Absolutely.
Overperformed in urban areas.
Same with you, Flamey. Yeah, they need to catch a clue fast as possible.
And tripled down on over the course of the last few months. Absolutely succeeded and brought him back to the White House.
Oh my God, the mad lad freaking did it.
President Kamala Harris, who entered this race just over 100 days ago, and for Democrats, they were projecting the possibility of running the table with battleground states.
Oh, Giga Kuma, 100%.
David Plouffe with the Democratic campaign of Harris campaign suggested that just yesterday. Now it is possible that Donald Trump runs the table with these states and builds on a big landslide electoral win. We don't know where the popular vote is going to finish out, but we do know.
You know, Helldiver, part of it's just the ins and outs of the YouTube algorithm, the up and down, the going from expecting maybe 100 views on a video, being happy when you get 1,000, and then you have a video that gets 100,000, and you get kicked in the balls when you get one that has like 1.3 thousand, and you start to question, what am I even doing? Am I doing like, I don't know. It's an emotional roller coaster, and I'll never be that person that's like, oh, making videos or streaming is harder than working at McDonald's. No, screw that. I've worked horrendous hours in my life. This is not as hard as a real life job. It's just emotionally exhausting sometimes, mentally and you know, emotionally exhausting. That's all. But yeah, it's crazy.
We're joined by Kayleigh McEnany, Trey Gowdy, and Katie Pavlich. Kayleigh, you've been a part of the last administration. You've seen you can see the joy on all these people's faces. Think about the angst and the, you know, all this campaign.
Super Citizen being super rational here. There's still a chance things can go south. Yes, however, okay, hang on. Let me turn down Fox here a second. Let's be real for a second, Super Citizen. They would then have to figure out a way to swing Wisconsin, Michigan, Arizona, and Nevada that are all polling for Trump right now. Like, the reality is, I get what you're saying, 3 a.m. ballot dumps and all that kind of crap. I don't know. That seems insane, dude. I feel like that's just too much. Oh, NS, I believe it, dude. I was doing that earlier. I had Crowder and Lotus Eaters on at the same time. I got the freaking shirt from Lotus Eaters right here, man. This shirt, this is Lotus Eaters merch right here, okay? Came in the same day as the Black MAGA hat, dude. You know, Gigakuma, honestly, I can relate to that. So I started streaming back in 2019, back in like October or September. And yeah, it was no, sorry, I started streaming in April. I got affiliated back in like maybe like June or something on Twitch. And I built my computer in November or October. But like it's emotionally exhausting, especially when you're trying to figure out why you're not getting the views that you thought you'd get, or a video that you're really proud of doesn't do well, or a video that you feel like is a complete piece of dog crap suddenly gets like 60, 80,000 views, and you go, what the hell? I'm embarrassed that that thing, you know, trended, you know? You can't trust it until it's official. I understand that, Snake. I don't want to go north. It's way too cold up there, dude. Hey, Goonsy. Oh, Sargon's awesome. Carl Benjamin's freaking Chad, dude. All American Canadians. Yeah, Helldiver, if you're in Wisconsin, it's cold as hell. My brother's in Wisconsin. I went there for his wedding back in 2009, I think. I can't remember when it was. Cold as hell, dude. January, middle of winter, it was like -5 degrees. I couldn't believe it. What a silly thing to say. She's just like, he won't be able to run again. It's like, no shit. He's like 80 years old, guys.
The power of unfinished business. This is a president who has caught lightning in a bottle twice.
Shallow videos do best. Well, Oblivion, here's the thing. NS and I were talking in DMs, and I used to spend more time editing and doing like video montages with my videos and stuff, and I want to get back to doing that. That's why I've been doing that, like with morning uploads and stuff, trying to create better content rather than just like a quality over quantity, you know? The thing is, I'll usually be a little behind on a video, and that's fine. But yeah, I mean, somebody pointed out, I think it might have been you that said, you know, other people are getting to a topic before I do. Part of the problem is I'm at work. And then it's like I can't do anything as far as videos or streaming till my kids go to bed. Maybe next 6 to 8 months if I move somewhere and we can find a little spot for me to have like a little office or a little nook where I can get 5 minutes to myself after I get home from work. We'll see. I don't know. You're outside in your shorts and chilling in the snow? Oh my god, dude. Honorary Canadian, Oblivion. Honorary Canadian. Them Wisconsinites, they're something else, dude. They're hardy stock. What can I say?
For a consensus to form about what the party needs to do next, or what it did wrong this time.
Yeah, about to say, don't be calling him a Canadian. Absolutely not.
You know, if the party were smart and shrewd political voices were heeded.
Okay, so here's the thing, Oblivion. Everyone thinks that once you have a channel over a certain size, or if you have one video that does a certain metric or whatever, that you're gonna be raking in tons of money. I don't make much off my ad revenue. It's like, so when you guys super chat or NS drops a bunch of gifted subs and stuff, sometimes that makes a huge difference, like between that and what I would be making from ad revenue. And this has been a terrible month for me. Ever since once I hit 10,000 subscribers, YouTube royally kicked me in the balls. I'm not even kidding. I'm talking, I was averaging 800 to 1,000 new subscribers a month. After I hit 10,000, I am down to my 28-day average is like 300 subscribers. I don't know what changed. I don't know if it was me. I don't know if it was the content. I don't know what the hell the deal was. But with that goes ad revenue. And it's like, that's fine. It's not my main job. My real life job I do during the day. My wife works from home. It's like, I'm not here just for the money. But what kills me is I can't figure out why the algorithm is kicking me in the nuts so hard, you know? That's really what it is. If I was making a dime, I wouldn't care as long as the algorithm was still, you know, in my favor. It's not. I mean, I like the cold weather, don't get me wrong, guys. I just don't. Washington, we have very wet winters, and the worst it gets is maybe like the low teens. I don't want to be going out there in the ice cold weather. Absolutely not. Oh yeah, Deadhouse, the algorithm screws, dude. See, Helldiver, I don't even know how many viewers I have because I stream to like Twitter and Rumble and stuff all at the same time. So I don't even know like what my legitimate viewer numbers are. I just roll with it, dude. Check your comment regarding Maine. What did we see with Maine? Let me scroll back up here, NS. Trump got 1 in Maine out of the 2. Are we talking 1 electoral vote? What is going on with Maine? Oh, Maine is like hanging in there. That's crazy. Under 60 is cold for you? Yeah, no, for real. Honestly, like here in Washington, we don't get cold weather. Like at all. Like when it gets cold, it's like 30s and wet.
So
that's what they're saying.
yeah. So you'll see where it says M1 and 2.
How did that happen?
That's how they do it.
Oh.
I didn't know that either. So yeah, you're seeing one go to her, one go to
So yeah, Maine gave him 1.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Split and it.
Is it New England, guys? Is it Maine and New England that split them? So the AP has Trump at 248 and just went up by 1.
Mainstream hasn't.
Yeah, nobody else has caught on yet, but it's... Dude, once the media outlets feel safe to start calling this, that's when it's going to be like, okay, once the media outlets call it, she can't come back from that. She can't come. We saw this in 2020. Once they started calling it in the middle of the night because of the 3 a.m. ballot dumps, you can't come back from that. So. Oh, he didn't. Yeah, it's fine. Is he awake?
Yeah, he came in.
Oh, did you tell him? Okay, cool. He was probably just like too excited to fall asleep.
He's more bummed about Washington.
My son is bummed that Washington votes blue. I tried to tell him, like, Washington always votes blue. Nobody spends any money in Washington. Nobody cares.
I handed it to him, and I said to Vice President-elect Mike Pence, make sure Hillary actually concedes. She did. And President Trump was gracious to them, too. They came to
Both, I mean, that's okay. Yeah. So Talon, that's the craziest thing: electoral and popular victory. And again, we will start to see. We'll see throughout the course of the night and tomorrow. I'm sure more of the votes being tallied up. We're talking. This man got a 5 million vote lead right now in the popular vote, and without calling Nevada, without calling Arizona, without calling Michigan, which somehow broke for Trump, without calling Wisconsin, which he has a sizable lead enough, again, with 92% in, he still has the popular vote. We got fireworks going off over here. And like I said, I'm in a purple city. My town is not like super liberal or super conservative. It's like 50-50 middle of the road. Like, 14,000 people. That's crazy. That is so insane. I never in my life thought I would see a Republican nominee have the popular vote. Just mind-blowing.
I think he would. I don't know him as well as you, but
I heard fireworks. I'm like, that's crazy.
I just want to say how much money was spent.
Especially in Gig Heart. Like, that's crazy, yeah.
$1 billion worth of bill. Wow. If you spend $1,000 a day for 2,740 years, that would be $1 billion.
Now, here's the part I hate, guys. Here's the part that I hate the most, is the amount of money that got spent on this election was absolutely bonkers. So I remember during some of these debates, Kamala was like, oh, that ad that Trump's been using was $20 million for that ad. And I'm like, okay, but she raised like billions of dollars that we have wasted on these elections. And it's never going to get any better. You guys realize that it's never going to be less than it was right now. These elections going forward are going to cost more and more. We rag on video games and Hollywood films for costing $300 million, $400 million. There are some games and movies that are like almost $500 million after marketing budgets come through. These people spent billions of dollars campaigning, all to be the president for 4 years. It's like at some point this insanity has to be dialed back, and I don't know what anybody can do about it, but holy crap. Oh, Oblivion, my state, Washington, they call the minute that the polls close. But part of it's because we mail in all of our ballots. But still, I agree with you there. I hate that. Yeah, Helldiver, it's insane the amount of money we spend every year on these political campaigns. It's nuts. Yeah, Deadhouse, I think honestly that they didn't think that they had a chance this year. I feel like that they knew that the odds were stacked against them, and so they decided to go with her, knowing that she was a terrible candidate, and so they just kind of threw her to the wolves. I don't know. Look, I am not oblivious to the fact that Trump has his flaws, and if they had run a better candidate, if they had a legitimately awesome candidate to run, let's say if the Democrats had gone all in on Robert Kennedy, he might have beat Trump. And I'm not even saying that sarcastically. He might have beat Trump. But because they rejected him so vehemently and made him an enemy and drove him over to Trump, they screwed themselves. I know, NS, 100% agree, dude. 100%. There's no way. Especially for a guy who didn't campaign. And Helldiver, that's true, but honestly, like, at that point, was that them throwing the election, or did they honestly think that she could somehow pull it out? Did they think that she stood a chance, Oblivion, good night, dude. Thank you for hanging. Hopefully, everything is just going to stay the way it is. No crazy crap, no 3 a.m. ballot dumps. I think everything is probably going to be cool, be calm. Yeah, no, I get it. He was hated by a lot of the Dems, so maybe that's what it was. Alyssa Mercante is blaming Trump winning on nerds going right wing. Holy crap, that woman is deranged. That might be a video to make in a couple days. The fallout from this. I don't know. I feel like after I get done with this stream tonight, it'll be nice to kind of unplug from freaking politics for a while. Because, look, a lot of people don't realize this. Under Trump, a lot of us, like people who voted for him the first time, we didn't obsess about it. Like, legit, 2018, 2019, I was going through the motions. My wife and I were busy raising our kids. I was working. I wasn't thinking about Trump. The only time I thought about Trump was when the media would talk about him in a negative way and it would come up on my home screen or whatever. I was working. I was making money. I was putting money in savings. That was it. That's what I'm hoping for. Less time worrying about the politics itself, you know? I saw the original Red Dawn. Who was that in that? Was that Kurt Russell? Yeah, Mondo, honestly, that's the hardest thing. Look, I have voted for some people who I generally found completely distasteful, unlikable in the past. Looking back now, I wish I hadn't voted for George W. I feel like he was nothing but a horrible warmonger who put us in the Middle East for no reason for 20 years and got a lot of guys killed. I voted for Mitch Romney as a vote against Obama when I should have just not voted or voted for somebody who was better. I voted for John McCain, very much the same kind of situation. And, you know, I think the first vote that I can ever say I was proud of was voting for Trump back in 2016, because looking back now, every option, every person I voted for was just a complete and utter scumbag or somebody who wasn't going to make society better as a whole, you know? You got Smashing Hypnotic open on your desktops? Hell yeah, dude. Dude, if you can freaking multitask on all that, I don't know, Oblivion. I don't know about making views right now. Like I said, those 2 margaritas are hitting me really hard. Yeah, Helldiver, you know, honestly, like, I'm sitting on a couple thousand rounds of ammo. I don't have like a massive stockpile of food. I'd have to go out and get more canned food and stuff. But I would definitely, if Harris had won, I would be going out probably in the next couple days, going to Costco, buying a few extra cases of stuff here and there, expecting the economy to crash. If you look at the economy, here's the thing, guys. Take personal opinion, take politics, take all this stuff out of it, okay? All those things that get really controversial and stuff. Look at the stock market right now. The cryptocurrency market, and not just cryptocurrency, but a lot of stocks are jumping exponentially high today, okay? After hours, just for whatever reason, because there's hope. People are honestly feeling like we're going to have a resurgence in the economy, like we're going to have a rebound, like things are going to get better, okay? That's it. It doesn't matter if you personally agree with Trump, if you think he's a poo-poo head, if you don't like his opinions or the way he's... Look, here's the thing I've said before. In 2016, I voted against Hillary. I didn't love Trump. Didn't like him. I wasn't voting for him. In 2020, I voted for him. I just didn't like the way he handled some of the COVID stuff. I thought, you know, going along with the restrictions was kind of lame, whatever. Right now, I feel like we have a chance to set the economy on the right path. If nothing else, if we get the economy and our presence on the global stage where it needs to be, focus on shit here at home and worry about the rest later, secure the border and just focus on that stuff, nothing else matters. You know, none of this other shit matters. You got voices going on in your head, dude. Yeah, Boosh, 100%. I mean, and you know, because we were talking when I was playing Starship Troopers on Halloween, food industry, right? So I was picking up, I was doing a Saturday farmers market that was doing well for me, that was putting extra money in my pocket. I was willing to do that. I was working extra hours. I was working 6 days a week to do that 6th day where I could put money right in my pocket at the farmers market, right? And that stopped when 2020 happened. By April of that year, the market contacted all of us and said, oh, we're going to have to do things different this year. And we're going to have restrictions. And I had days where I didn't make a dime after I was making money the previous year, paying off my car loans, paying off credit cards with that extra money. So that's all we want. We just want to make life livable again. That's it. I know, Helldiver. We'll get back to Helldivers. I promise, dude. We'll get back to it. I promise. I enjoyed the game. I picked up freaking Ghost of Tsushima today because I saw it on sale on Instant Gaming, and I'm like, oh god, I gotta get this game. Director's cut, you know. I pre-ordered Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. We got so much going on, but it's okay because when I get through the next month of work is like the busy season for me right now. When I get through this, we're going to have extra time in the winter where I can probably stream a couple nights a week, multiple times a week, and we'll play some games that we haven't had a chance to really play a whole lot of. So maybe we'll get back to like doing like maybe 2 or 3 streams a week. I don't know. We'll see. Dude, I just want Trump to get on here, you know? Did the Hill call it for Trump? No way, dude. That's crazy. What is Election Wizard has been keeping up to date with? Let's see what they have on here. 45 minutes ago, they say he's been elected. CNN finally calls CNN called Pennsylvania for Trump. Kelly Ayotte wins the New Hampshire gubernatorial race. Tom Barrett wins the U.S. House election. Let's see here. What else? I'm really curious. Here's the thing. If he's got enough to win, then fantastic. Great. We don't have to worry about shenanigans and everything else. Helldivers are healed. I will not be playing Ghost of Yote, Lamonk, don't worry. It's taken me this many years to get around to playing Ghost of Tsushima. I'm not going to bother playing Ghost of Yote. I have talked about how that woman that's doing the voice is an activist and how she has only been picked for that role because of her activism. And I refuse to play games that are intentionally just there to pander to activists. But that being said, Ghost of Tsushima, we're going to check out probably in a couple weeks. Maybe this Friday we'll do Helldivers. And then the following Friday, I'll just start jumping into Ghost of Yote. We'll see. I don't know. But yeah, this is crazy. So Wisconsin, it looks like this Decision Desk HQ has called for Trump. 1.5 million. He's ahead of Kamala by 100,000 votes. PA is officially out of reach for Kamala. Arizona, very interestingly, is still only sitting at 56%, but it no longer matters because Nevada has a 40,000 vote lead with 75% in. So this shit's over, guys. This is done. It's all she wrote. Oh, man. I mean, I can't even begin to tell you how crazy this is. Like, I'm kind of, okay, I should probably take a poll. Since we're talking about democracy here and all that shit, right, Helldivers? Do I go get a little more margarita, or do we call it good for tonight? I'm trying to decide if I should just call it quits or have a little bit more.
Trey, you were asking a serious question, and Britt gave a very serious answer. I think that's going to be part of the answer. And we've got to look long and hard about whether or not the way we campaign sometimes.
Yeah, Helldiver, here's the thing. Like I said before, I have talked about this so many times that everyone just tries to point it at racism or homophobia or misogyny or sexism. Or it's like, no, dude, one of my favorite all-time movies, favorite series is the Blade series 1 and 2. The first freaking amazing Marvel character, Wesley Snipes playing Blade, was freaking fantastic. Okay, it has nothing to do with black or gay characters. It all has to do with well-written, likable characters. And if you look at like the Dragon Age shit, that character Tosh, not likable. They intentionally made, for whatever reason, the non-binary character in that game not likable. She's abrasive, she's rude, she's just generally unpleasant to be around in the game. So it's like, make good games, make good stories, make good movies, and make the characters likable, you know? Get back to that. Get back to good writing. Hey, puppy dog, come here. Come here. Hey, puppy dog. I feel so bad. I cut my dog's hair off because he's a poodle mix and his hair gets so long. But now he's like, he has no hair on him, so now he's got his little shirt on just to stay warm. It's okay, your hair will grow back. Yes, it will, buddy. Yes, it will. Oh, man. What a crazy night. I don't know. Maybe I should just call it on the margarita. Seeing as I probably should go to work tomorrow.
Drive somewhere in the middle of the night to go and get in line to wait for hours to then stay at a rally.
My dog's reaction is probably like one of my cat's reactions here. Let me show you. Where's the full screen at? Here we go. See this cat over here? She not giving two F's. She don't care. She's like, she's, so the blanket she was laying on, my son, he's crashing with the twins tonight, so he's got his blanket on the floor in there. She's decided, since we pulled the Christmas blankets out, that she wants to lay on it, which is weird because she doesn't lay on the couch. She's just over here minding her own business, and it's like, she couldn't care less, you know? Just so he can call himself the first female president. Oh my god. Dude, PerkTube, that would be the most amazing, hilarious thing ever. You know, Helldiver, that's the thing. I no longer like identify, if we're talking identity, I no longer identify with like Republican or Democrat or any of that kind of crap. I have my morals, I have my beliefs, and they don't align with everybody. I'm definitely more conservative than some. But it's like, when it comes down to it, I want to vote for whoever is best for the country, best for the economy, best for our border, best for the future life of my children. You know? So that's why I say the Republican Party, I hate that it's kind of like going away from being like more of the conservative traditional party to more of like the middle of the road, moralist, centralist party. But at some point, we need to focus on what's good for the country as a whole. And everyone's personal moral topics that they care about aside, we need to just get everything else on the right path, and then we can work from within on people agreeing and disagreeing on stuff. You know, that's where I'm like, it just doesn't matter. They're trying to hold off on it. Yeah, of course Google is, dude. Why not? Relying on Social Security and doing no work. Cats 100% are socialists, dude. There's no question. Although socialists would require them to pay taxes or something, and they don't even do that. They're just freaking freeloaders. Oh, man. Yeah, he's sitting at almost 68 million votes.
I'm a little worried about the reaction of the Democrats and the common people here. I'm very worried. I think that there are a lot of unhinged people across the political spectrum, and we gave very little quarter to how many anti-Kamala voters are out there. I don't want to hear the words racism and sexism. It's eyesight and hearing.
Right, so here's the thing. I talked about this before, actually. Somebody I follow on Twitter, she did a Twitter space a few days ago, and she was talking about how people feel about the election. And I said on there, my biggest concern is not about like the election itself. Yeah, you worry about shenanigans, you worry about things not being tabulated correctly, you know, worrying about your guy or your gal not winning. But I was worried more about like, okay, we're going to have two reactions. We're either going to have like the left-wing lunatics rioting in the streets, which it sounds like up here in Seattle, sounds like it's already kicking off. Antifa's already over here like looting and burning shit, I guess. I don't know. I haven't like tuned into my local news. And then I worry about like the extreme fringe of like the right-wing militia types that are going to feel like there were cheating, was shenanigans, and that they have to like, you know, uninstall the installed a puppet president like Kamala. And it's like there's two legitimate sides I'm worried about. But right now, I'm 100% believing that all we're going to see for the next week is probably riots and looting and all manners of shit. And I hate it. I'm like, can't you guys just give up? Just be like, okay, our guy didn't win. Our gal didn't win. Let's move on with our day. Let's move on with our life. Try to fix it, you know? It's sad how predictable it is, how there's always going to be violence regardless of whether or not you believe the outcome was legitimate, was fair. Like, why do we have to go through the same cycle every 4 years? It's why people look at the U.S. from the outside and go, what the hell's going on with you guys, you know? Oh, dude, NS, honestly, I feel like if we were being able to, like, be honest about it, there was a sizable percentage of black men that caused Kamala to lose because they looked at her and said, you locked up black men for life for things like weed violations. You were going after parents for truancy. Why the hell would I want to vote for you? You pretend to be black. You joke about, you know, smoking weed when you were listening to Tupac, even though Tupac wasn't even around when you were in college. And you're not even African American, you're Jamaican, and you're half Indian, but you pretend to be black half the time. Like there was a lot of that kind of shit that was going on. It's like, yeah, this is somebody who is just completely inauthentic from the get-go. And I think that did lose a certain percentage of what the core Democrat vote would have been. I mean, if we're being honest about it, and I hate personally, I hate when they use words like community, like gay community, LGBT community, black community, Hispanic community. Like, these people can think for themselves. Stop lumping people into being like part of a group or a bubble. People are individuals, okay? Just because you're white or black or Hispanic or gay or whatever doesn't mean that you have to vote in a certain way. And it's so dehumanizing and insulting. But I do think that there was a certain amount of that she was relying on that didn't come through due to the fact that she was so off-putting, you know? Hey, Big Don's not here yet, man. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the Donald. The other side must agree they will keep shooting at you every time you leave your bunker. Dude, that's very profound. Let me get a cough drop since I'm not going to do any more drinking. Let me get a cough drop and see.
Tonight, though, Harold, that the melting pot still works.
Yeah, Helldiver, honestly, that's it. That's it right there.
Americans, working class Americans, you know, standing up, asking what their government is going to do, asking their government to see them and their concerns, that it works, that this is American democracy in our republic working.
The process works. I think as we get a final account of the numbers and the coalition that President Trump won with this time, I think it'll be one that will be for the history books.
I hate when people are dehumanized to the point where they have to be lumped into specific groups based on, you know, how they identify, what their orientation is, what their skin color is. It's like, give me a freaking break.
This was conventional also. He resonated with voters. He resonated with communities, rural communities, urban communities, suburban communities across the country. And I congratulate him tonight. I didn't want him to win, but I congratulate him on his victory and wish him the best for my country. And I can only hope that the concerns that are articulated by my dear friend Kellyanne, that they're not realized. I hope that my party and
All right, I think we were done with the election. There's no update on there.
Once we get past the moment here, the 24 hours of excitement and joy and celebration, to understand that what we're really celebrating is the greatest experiment.
Helldiver, when all you see coming out of like these pride parades and stuff is like dudes sucking each other off and people peeing on each other in pools and stuff and, you know, wearing bondage gear out in public, it's like, yeah, this does nothing to advance your cause. It doesn't do anything to help anybody. It's a net negative for society, you know? Is Reddit melting down? I kind of assume they would be, dude.
Narrowcasting us based on our gender. I think Kamala Harris was talking to us from the waist down, and I think Donald Trump was talking to us from the waist up as well. That's where my eyes, my ears, my heart, my brain, and my big mouth are. So, I mean, you got to talk to the.
Yeah, I like Kayleigh McEnany. I don't like this chick here. I've never liked her. Isn't she like the chick that was wearing like no shoes or whatever when Trump got elected the first time, and she's sitting on the couch with no shoes on in the Oval Office? What's her name? Crypt Keeper. Here's the thing. Trump has had a lot of people around him who I do not like. And I've been very honest about this from day one. He brought that Omarosa chick from freaking The Apprentice on there. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? This is not a reality TV show. This is the freaking White House. So again, my biggest issue with Trump was judge of character. And again, not necessarily knowing, to his credit, he wasn't a politician, but not knowing what he was doing the first time around. That being said, I'm still looking forward. Look, with freaking RFK, with oh my God, this is the Margarita kicking in now. I can't remember her name. Tulsi Gabbard and Elon Musk and all these other people, Ron Paul, people across the political spectrum who can all come together to put people in the right place. If he keeps that core group around him, we could have a fantastic thing here, you know? But yeah, Kayleigh McEnany's awesome, no question there. I thought she was a very good press secretary. Very good at her job.
The possibilities open to a lot of things.
Yeah, I was there in 2016, and we had everything but an agenda. That mistake will not be made.
It's funny because nothing has really changed.
He will deal with tax
The only difference is they've called Wisconsin for Trump. Michigan is still. Guys, look at this shit. Look at this. Michigan, Trump with 78% in has a 243,000 vote lead. That's crazy, dude. That is insane in a place like Michigan, which is a solid blue state. Pennsylvania, he's up almost 200,000 votes. Nevada, 50,000, basically, if you rounded it off. Arizona is still only at 57%, but he's up 30,000, but it doesn't matter. Arizona's not needed at this point.
They should be ended by Joe Biden. If you really want unity, then quit using lawfare to divide the country. Quit using the justice system to try to win political races.
My gosh, these guys need to stop talking. Who is this chick not wearing a shirt with her jacket? What the hell? Looks like frickin' Paris Hilton.
This is remarkable in that some of these races were not even suspected to be close, expected to be close. Mike Rogers, he was a long shot.
Well, I mean, it's just Michigan has been such a traditionally blue state. You know, it's just weird to see.
But Sam Brown was left essentially. He was not going to win.
I'm still impressed. I'm still impressed that frickin' Washington went, you know, 1 million votes for Trump. It was 64% in. Washington is like, you know, I cast my vote knowing that it's going to be a Democrat regardless. Even frickin' Oregon. Oregon has almost 900,000 for Kamala and almost 700,000 for Trump. So good turnout in Oregon. I mean, across the board, there's no question he's going to retain the political, like the popular vote, which is unreal. That's quite a mandate. I will say, it does put a lot of pressure on him, on Trump, to do the absolute best job he can. Although, he's not going to be up for re-election. He's already served one term. The fact that he not only has a Republican House, Republican Senate, the Supreme Court with its still majority people that he put in there, and again, the presidency, it's time to get some shit done. It's time to secure your border, get the economy on track, stabilize things here at home, and just let everything kind of sort itself out, you know? NS, yeah. I don't want to test that out, dude. I don't want to try that.
Just to be repetitive, because I hope the president's watching, and like you said, Kaylee, he might be watching us here and there. I hope it's what you said. I hope this is...
It's a good question, Helldiver, because I don't know where we go from here. Look, J.D. Vance is obviously the next guy up, but he is more conservative. He's probably more like the traditional Republican that I would look to vote for than Trump. That's not going to appeal to everybody across the board, so I don't know. The question is, where does the Republican Party go from here? What do they look like going forward? Or is it going to be a moderate party that kind of like pulls in liberal, moderate, Republican, right-wing kind of traditionalists, and then kind of moves forward with more of an amalgamation? Oh, here we go. Okay.
Very much. Wow. Well, I want to thank you all very much. This is great. These are our friends. We have thousands of friends on this incredible movement. This was a movement like nobody's ever seen before. And frankly, this was, I believe, the greatest political movement of all time. There's never been anything like this in this country, and maybe beyond. And now it's going to reach a new level of importance because we're going to help our country heal. We're going to help our country heal. We have a country that needs help, and it needs help very badly. We're going to fix our borders. We're going to fix everything about our country. And we made history for a reason tonight, and the reason is going to be just that. We overcame obstacles that nobody thought possible, and it is now clear that we've achieved the most incredible political thing. Look what happened. Is this crazy? But it's a political victory that our country has never seen before, nothing like this. I want to thank the American people for the extraordinary honor of being elected your 47th president and your 45th president. And every citizen, I will fight for you, for your family, and your future. Every single day, I will be fighting for you, and with every breath in my body, I will not rest until we have delivered the strong, safe, and prosperous America that our children deserve and that you deserve. This will truly be the golden age of America. That's what we have to have. This is a magnificent victory for the American people that will allow us to make America great again. And in addition to having won the battleground states of North Carolina, I love these places, Georgia, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin, we are now winning in Michigan, Arizona, Nevada, and Alaska, which would result in us carrying at least 315 electoral votes. But it's much easier doing what the networks did or whoever called it, because there was no other path. There was no other path to victory. We also have won the popular vote. That was great. Very proud of that. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. And, winning the popular vote was very nice, I will tell you. It's a great feeling of love. We have a great feeling of love in this very large room with unbelievable people standing by my side. These people have been incredible. They've made the journey with me, and we're going to make you very happy. We're going to make you very proud of your vote. I hope that you're going to be looking back someday and say that was one of the truly important moments of my life when I voted for this group of people beyond the president, this group of great people. America has given us an unprecedented and powerful mandate. We have taken back control of the Senate. Wow, that's good. And the Senate races in Montana, Nevada, Texas, Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, the great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, were all won by the MAGA movement. They helped so much. And in those cases, every one of them, we worked with the senators. They were tough races, and I mean, the number of victories in the Senate was absolutely incredible. And we did tele-rallies. We did tele-rallies with each one of them. And sometimes we did 2 or 3 and it was amazing to look at all of those victories. Nobody expected that, nobody. So I just wanted to thank you very much for that. And you have some great senators and some great new senators. And it also looks like we'll be keeping control of the House of Representatives. And I want to thank Mike Johnson. I think he's doing a terrific job. Terrific job. I want to also thank my beautiful wife, Melania, First Lady. Who has the #1 best-selling book in the country. Can you believe that? Oh, no, she's done a great job, works very hard to help people. So I just want to thank her. But I want to thank my whole family. my amazing children, and they are amazing children. Now, we all think our children are amazing. Everybody here thinks their children are amazing, but that's a good thing when you think they are. But Don, Eric, Ivanka, Tiffany, Barron, Laura, Jared, Kimberly, Michael, thank you all. What a help. What a great. My father-in-law, Victor, is tremendous, and we miss very much Melania's mother, Amalia. We miss Amalia, don't we, huh? She would be very happy right now, standing on this stage. She'd be so proud. She was a great woman, that one. Beautiful inside and out. She was a great woman. I want to be the first to congratulate our great, now I can say, Vice President-elect of the United States, J.D. Vance. And his absolutely remarkable and beautiful wife, Usha Vance. And he is a feisty guy, isn't he? You know, I've said, go into the enemy camp, and you know the enemy camp is certain networks, and a lot of people don't like to, sir, do I have to do that? He just goes, okay, which one, CNN, MSDNC? He'll say, all right, thank you very much. He actually looks fine. He's still like the only guy I've ever seen. He really looks forward to it, and then he just goes in and absolutely obliterates them. Say a couple of words.
Wow. Well, Mr. President, I appreciate you allowing me to join you on this incredible journey. I thank you for the trust that you placed in me. And I think that we just witnessed the greatest political comeback in the history of the United States of America. And under President Trump's leadership, we're never going to stop fighting for you, for your dreams, for the future of your children. And after the greatest political comeback in American history, we're going to lead the greatest economic comeback in American history under Donald Trump's leadership.
Thank you very much. He's turned out to be a good choice. I took a little heat at the beginning, but he was, I knew the brain was a good one, about as good as it gets. And we love the family, and we're going to have a great 4 years, and we're going to turn our country around, make it something very special. It lost that little thing called special. We have to make it so. We're going to make this so great. It's the greatest country and potentially the greatest country in the world by far. And right now, we're going to just work very hard to get all of that back. We're going to make it the best it's ever been. We can do that. If we had to wait longer, I don't know. It was going bad, and it was going bad fast. We're going to have to seal up those borders, and we're going to have to let people come into our country. We want people to come back in, but we have to let them come back in, but they have to come in legally. They have to come in legally. Let me also express my tremendous appreciation for Susie and Chris, the job you did. Susie, come here. Come here, Susie. Chris, come here, Chris. Susie likes to stay sort of in the back, let me tell you. The Ice Maiden, we call her the Ice Maiden. Come here, Chris. Come here, Chris. Susie likes to stay in the background. She's not in the background. Come here, say something.
This wasn't expected, but I just want to thank, obviously, President Trump for this journey. It was a great one, and he's a hell of a candidate, and he's going to be a hell of a great 47th president. And this team that we had, the best team, and, of course, even my boss, Susie Wiles, the best. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you, Susie. Look at her, she's shy. I've never seen her be shy before. Susie, they're great. Everybody up here is great. Everybody up here is very special. But the Trump, who did you say? Oh, let me tell you, we have a new star. A star is born, Elon. Now he is. Now he's an amazing guy. We were sitting together tonight. You know, he spent 2 weeks in Philadelphia and different parts of Pennsylvania campaigning. You know, he sent the rocket up 2 weeks ago, and I saw that rocket, and I saw it coming down. I saw it. It was, when it left, it was beautiful, shiny white. When it came down, it didn't look so pretty. It was going 10,000 miles an hour, and it was burning like hell. I said, what happened to your paint job? He said, we've never made a paint that could withstand that kind of heat. And but I saw it come down and turn around. And it was, you know, it's like 22 stories tall, by the way. It looks a little smaller than that, but it's big. And it came down, and you saw that fire burning. And I'm saying, only Elon can do this. It must be an Elon. And I tell the story. I told it last night. I had a man on the phone. I had the screen muted, no sound. I was talking to a very important man, happens to be here. And that very important guy, one of the most important people in, I would say, the country, actually. But, you know, I was president, and now it looks like I was going to be maybe president again, so I figured I could ask him to hold. So I asked him to hold. And because, especially because you're going to be president again, they hold. So I took the phone down, and I'm looking at the screen. I'm seeing this crazy thing that's going around and coming down. It looks like it's going to crash into the gantry. And I said, oh, no. And I said, do me a favor. Do you mind holding for a couple of minutes? I want to see this. I thought it was a space-age movie or something. I put the phone down. Bad part, I didn't pick it up for 45 minutes, and he was holding. But this spaceship came down, and I saw those engines firing, and it looked like it was over. It was going to smash. And then I saw the fire pour out from the left side, and I put it straight, and it came down so gently, and then it wrapped those arms around it, and it held it, and just like you hold your baby at night, your little baby. And it was a beautiful thing to see, and I called Elon. I said, Elon, was that you? He said, yes, it was. I said, who else can do that? Can Russia do it? No. Can China do it? No. Can the United States do it other than you? No, nobody can do that. I said, that's why I love you, Elon. That's great. And you know, when we had the tragic Hurricane Helene, and it hit North Carolina, they were really devastated, the water. This was a big water, as big as we've ever seen, water hurricane. It built lakes out of nothing. Fields became lakes, and the danger was unbelievable. And the people from North Carolina came to me and they said, would it be possible, at all possible, for you to speak to Elon Musk? We need Starlink. I said, what's Starlink? It's a form of communication. So I called Elon, and I'll tell you what, he had, and it was very dangerous. People would die. They had no communication. All the wires were down. I called Elon Musk. I said, Elon, you have something called Starlink. Is that right? Yes, I do. What the hell is it? He said, it's a communication system that's very good. I said, Elon, they need it really, really badly in North Carolina. Can you get it? He had that there so fast. It was incredible. So, and it was great. It saved a lot of lives. He saved a lot of lives. But he's a character. He's a special guy. He's a super genius. We have to protect our geniuses. We don't have that many of them. We have to protect our super geniuses. I want to thank some of the guys. You know, we have up here today the U.S. Open champion. He's a fantastic golfer, slightly longer than me. Hits the ball a little bit longer than me. Just a little bit. Bryson DeChambeau is up here someplace. What happened to Bryson? Where is he? Bryson. Oh, he was shot. He's hitting balls. Oh, he's on the way. He's hitting balls. Bryson. Oh, look at him. He's got a great career going. Great U.S. Open, Bryson. That's a fantastic job. And we also have a man, Dana White, who has done some job. He's a tough guy. So Dana started UFC and came to me, do you mind if I use your, nobody wanted to give him Marines because they said it's a rough sport, a little rough. And I helped him out a little bit, and I went, and they said, this is the roughest sport I've ever seen, but I began to like it, and he loved it, and nobody's done a better job in sports. And you know, he's a very motivational kind of a guy, what he does. He gets these fighters, and they really go at it, and it's become one of the most successful sports enterprises anywhere at any time. It's doing so well. I'd like to ask Dana just to say a couple of words because people love to hear from him. Dana,
please. Nobody deserves this more than him, and nobody deserves this more than his family does. This is what happens when the machine comes after you. What you've seen over the last several years, this is what it looks like. Couldn't stop him. He keeps going forward. He doesn't quit. He's the most resilient, hard-working man I've ever met in my life. His family are incredible people. This is karma, ladies and gentlemen. He deserves this. They deserve it as a family. I want to thank some people real quick. I want to thank the Nelt boys, Aiden Ross, Theo Vaughn, Bustin' with the boys, and last but not least, the mighty and powerful Joe Rogan. And thank you, America. Thank you. Have a good night.
that is a piece of work. No, he's really an amazing guy. But most of all, I want to thank the millions of hardworking Americans across the nation who have always been the heart and soul of this really great movement. We've been through so much together, and today you showed up in record numbers to deliver a victory like like no other. This was something special, and we're gonna pay you back. We're gonna do the best job. We're gonna turn it around. It's got to be turned around. It's got to be turned around fast, and we're gonna turn it around. We're gonna do it in every way, with so many ways, but we're gonna do it in every way. This will forever be remembered as the day the American people regained control of their country. So I just want to say that on behalf of this great group of people, these are hard-working people. These are fantastic people, and we can add a few names like Robert F. Kennedy Jr. He came in. And he's going to help make America healthy again. And now he's a great guy, and he really means it. He wants to do some things, and we're going to let him go to it. I just said, but Bobby, leave the oil to me. We have more liquid gold, oil and gas. We have more liquid gold than any country in the world, more than Saudi Arabia. We have more than Russia. Bobby, stay away from the liquid gold. Other than that, go have a good time, Bobby. We're going to be paying down debt. We're going to be reducing taxes. We can do things that nobody else can do. Nobody else is going to be able to do it. China doesn't have what we have. Nobody has what we have. But we have the greatest people also. Maybe that's the most important thing. This campaign has been so historic in so many ways. We've built the biggest, the broadest, the most unified coalition. They've never seen anything like it in all of American history. They've never seen it. Young and old, men and women, rural and urban. And we had them all helping us tonight, when you think. I mean, I was looking at it. I was watching it. They had some great analysis of the people that voted for us, nobody's ever seen anything like that. They came from all corners, union, non-union, African American, Hispanic American, Asian American, Arab American, Muslim American. We had everybody, and it was beautiful. It was a historic realignment, uniting citizens of all backgrounds around a common core of common sense. You know, we're the party of common sense. We want to have borders. We want to have security. We want to have things be good, safe. We want great education. We want a strong and powerful military, and ideally we don't have to use it. You know, we had no wars. 4 years we had no wars, except we defeated ISIS. We defeated ISIS in record time. But we had no wars. They said, he will start a war. I'm not going to start a war. I'm going to stop wars. But this is also a massive victory for democracy and for freedom. Together, we're going to unlock America's glorious destiny. We're going to achieve the most incredible future for our people. Yesterday, as I stood at my last stop on the campaign trail, I'll never be doing a rally again. Can you believe it? I think we've done 900 rallies approximately from them. Can you imagine? 901, something, a lot of rallies. And it was sad. Everybody was sad. Many people, I said, this is our last rally. But now we're going on to something that's far more important, because the rallies were used for us to be put in this position where we can really help our country. That's what we're going to do. We're going to make our country better than it ever has been. And I said that many people have told me that God spared my life for a reason. And that reason was to save our country and to restore America to greatness. And now we are going to fulfill that mission together. We're going to fulfill that mission. The task before us will not be easy, but I will bring every ounce of energy, spirit, and fight that I have in my soul to the job that you've entrusted to me. This is a great job. There's no job like this. This is the most important job in the world. Just as I did in my first term, we had a great first term, a great first term. I will govern by a simple motto: promises made, promises kept. We're going to keep our promises. Nothing will stop me from keeping my word to you, the people. We will make America safe, strong, prosperous, powerful, and free again. And I'm asking every citizen all across our land to join me in this noble and righteous endeavor. That's what it is. It's time to put the divisions of the past 4 years behind us. It's time to unite. And we're going to try, we have to try, and it's going to happen. Success will bring us together. I've seen that. I saw that in the first term. When we became more and more successful, people started coming together. Success is going to bring us together, and we are going to start by all putting America first. We have to put our country first for at least a period of time. We have to fix it. Because together we can truly make America great again for all Americans. So I want to just tell you what a great honor this is. I want to thank you. I will not let you down. America's future will be bigger, better, bolder, richer, safer, and stronger than it has ever been before. God bless you, and God bless America. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Dude, and I don't have to stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning. Oh my God. That's a relief. I feel bad for Barron. Barron is like, he's like 6.5 feet tall. That poor kid, like, he is gonna have the hardest time as he gets a little bit older. He's just standing there so awkwardly, and I think he's like on the spectrum or something, but if he fills out, he could be like a complete Chad, you know?
Very vitriolic campaign that comes to an end with this massive win. He praised a lot of people, including Elon Musk, who he called a new star, up-and-comer, that guy.
Have you met him? Have you heard
I think he's an up-and-comer.
He went on about the rocket for a while.
He did. But
Yeah, he did talk a lot about the rocket. That was kind of awkward. All right, guys. Well, bunch of info for you to peruse. Let me see here. You said the thing about that county in Texas. Let me see, what else? Disbanding the ATF, yeah. Launch another investigation on Ruby Ridge. Dude, I don't know that he's gonna be like that based. Like I said, if he can just get rid of some of the government oversight, some of the red tape, and get things back on track as far as the economy goes, I think that's a win, dude. Nah, Super Citizen, at this point, it's not happening. Let me tell you why. Because in order for the thing TM to happen, look at this map right now, okay? The only day in your history will have an American dictator, January 20th. So here's the thing. Look at this shit, okay? Right now, he has enough votes. I don't need my coral draw to... Shut up, go away. Arizona, okay, it's a toss-up. Arizona, he could lose. But he doesn't have the electoral votes because of Arizona right now. It's because of everything else that's happened. It's been a good day, hasn't it, Maki? It's been a good night. Nevada is 78% in, 52,000 vote lead for Trump, okay? That one's not a lock. But Michigan over here, Michigan 83% in, he's got 160,000 vote lead. Wisconsin is 95% in, 130,000 votes. The votes aren't there, guys. The votes aren't there. Even if they somehow had like a 3 a.m. ballot dump, the votes aren't there because if you look at the percentages that are in, they can't swing them. It's over. We're not looking at a situation where it's like, oh, you know, there's still 30% to go, but things are trending for... No. It's done. I'm not saying I bet my life on it. I'm not going to say that, you know, I'm going to go to bed tonight and not have anything like contested in the morning. But yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. He's got a almost 5 million vote lead in the popular vote. Clearly ahead in the electoral college. There's not enough. There's no way. I'm not concerned at this point that there's going to be any shenanigans. I think it's done. Odds are either Arizona or Nevada are going to go for Trump, or Michigan. If any of those three, which are likely to go his way, finish the way that they've started and go his way, that puts him over the 280 he already has. There's just, like, I feel confident, which I haven't felt this entire election cycle. So I think that this is pretty much a non-issue that we can kind of put to bed. I think at this point it's done. That being said, guys, well, Super Citizen, don't like bet money on it or bet your life on it, obviously, but I don't feel like I did when everything hit the fan 4 years ago. And I wasn't super confident in 2016 either, but that again also was because we were in a very weird situation with a candidate that I wasn't thrilled with and a candidate that I was terrified. I was equally as terrified of Hillary Clinton winning as I was of Kamala Harris winning. But Hillary would have been more capable. I just think she's a completely evil, psychotic person. Every state somehow becomes Democrat. Yeah, I don't see that happening. It's like you said, it's pretty much impossible at this point. Oh, the memes are starting to roll in. Well, NS, I have to wrap things up here. My wife is finishing up working, it sounds like. I don't know that she's going to be ready to go to bed yet. Maybe we'll watch an episode of Daredevil. I was wrong. We still have like 2 more to go in the first season, but God, that show is so good. I'm kicking myself for not watching it sooner. Well, that's okay. It's Super Citizen, dude. It's not bad. Look, I am a conspiracy theorist, tinfoil hat wearing, like paranoid freak, okay? I look over my shoulder everywhere I go in public. I don't trust the driver next to me. I always feel like somebody's going to go out of their way to try to like hurt me or in my life. I 100% understand you being paranoid and on the edge after everything we've seen. I just feel like at this point now, I feel like they kind of knew ahead of time that this is the way things were going to go, which is why they just threw her to the wolves, essentially. Maki Sky, have a good night, my dude. Man, I'm exhausted. It has been a good night. It's been fun. All right, guys. That being said, let's hope that the coming weeks we can return to some normalcy. Maybe start to see some normal trends kind of go back to entertainment and politics and the media and gaming, to where people try to move like back to more like not being, you know, dumbass streamer doesn't acknowledge based viewers' opinions and then regrets it. I didn't. Oh, whatever, dude. Whatever. Literally 1984. Good book, by the way. I've never seen any of the film adaptations. Alec Wiz, have a good night from Deutschland. I do believe you are in Deutschland. Jawohl. Helldiver, thank you for dropping in, dude. Yeah, we will get back to Helldiver soon. I promise. Probably, if not this Friday, the next Friday. Well, one of these next 2 Fridays, we will. Oh, man, guys, that was fun. That was exciting. And I am going to go crash now because that was exhausting. Holy crap. But good. Exhausting, but good. I definitely won't have a thing to drink for a while now. Is it Jover? Is it officially Jover? I think it's Jover, man. I think it's Jover. All right, good night, Thomas. Super Citizen. Dude, Super Citizen, I can completely relate. Like I said, I live my life paranoid, but I think, knock on wood, it's all over. I think it's done. All right, guys. Here's hoping we have 4 years of normalcy. 4 years of just getting back to making money, getting everything right, and just getting things a little bit healthier all the way around. I will catch you guys Friday night. No stream tomorrow, but I will be back on Friday.